Welcome to Las Vegas. It is time for the Event 6 final table of the 2024 PGT PLO Series. Let's go inside the PokerGO studio right here on the Las Vegas Strip for some $10,000 pot limit Omaha action. My name is Remko Rinkema, Donnie Peters alongside me. All right, drink orders being taken. We're in it for the long haul today. The structure a bit slower today because the buy-in is a bit bigger. Let's have some fun with these boys at the final table. Lots of familiar faces, not only from this week, but also from past events. And the PLO king of the recent years, Weisman, he sits on top with 3.9 million. Kempton, also with tons of PLO results, in second. Lautaro Guerra in third, and he's the winner of last year's PLO Series overall leaderboard. So here's what we are playing for today. 42K for sixth. 229,500 up top for the winner. We had 85 entries. 13 places got paid. Let's have some fun with it today. It should be a good stream. The stacks are deep. Donnie, my first question is, are we going to see some aggressive, creative play?
I would expect that Dylan Weisman presses on the gas a bit. He does have a sizable lead. We, of course, know how good of a PLO player that he is, especially with the stack of Jordan Spurlin over there. You see him right here on the shorter side, but I mean his money could be going in right here. So
Spurlin with ace king 7-6 with the suit, the try suit, as we learned on a stream earlier this week, gets involved right away. Apologies for any graphics issues on today's stream. We've had some software difficulties. Action folds over to Kempton. The jokester, Donnie, Hollywood Kempton.
Hollywood Kempton, baby. He looks a little bit younger.
I think he got a haircut. Or maybe he brushed his hair. I'm not sure. Either way, he's calling from the big blind here. Both players with ace-king. Diamonds would be trouble for Kempton here. As we see, ace-king 10 roll off the deck. Every single card paired by Kempton. Spurlin with ace-king as well. This is going to be a chop most of the time. Both players still have a few ways to victory.
Pot. 250. All in. I call.
Man,
Here we go.
Something. I don't know.
Hand one. Let's see him.
It's not queen jack.
I got two pair, man. I got the free roll though.
30 seconds.
You got three pair.
Oh.
I got three pair. That's what I got.
Underselling your hand.
I got three pairs.
Could come 6-6.
Three pair home.
Kempton does have a better chance to win this, but this is mostly going to result in a chop. There's a turn. 4 of diamonds. Spurlin now can no longer win the hand. A 10 would give Kempton the win and send Spurlin to the rail.
Dramatic. Very dramatic.
Man.
Let's see the river card here. It is the 3 of diamonds. Chop it up, boys. Let's go on to the next hand. Donnie, Stefan Christopher is back at the final table. Like I said, Guerra, former winner of the series, and WSOP Player of the Year, the reigning one, Ian Matakis, also at this final table.
Yeah, pretty exciting final table in terms of the playing power that we have here. Dylan Weisman looking for something. Oh, seat cushion. Okay.
I feel like Dylan Weisman is starting to become Isaac Haxton when it comes to final table attire. This hat, glasses, shirt combo I've seen before.
Yes, many a times.
Tinder photo?
Many times.
Yeah.
I like the low seat. I feel like this is the perfect height.
Jordan Spurlin, in my mind, Donnie, forever associated with Mr. Jason Somerville.
Yeah. I'll never forget the year I think I drafted Jordan Spurlin in fantasy, and he put up about 0 points. So he's on my crap list as far as I'm concerned.
You thought Jordan Spurlin was going to be the next Dan Zach.
Yeah, I did. Thought he was going to be out there showing out.
If you're with us in the chat today on YouTube, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a fun stream with the deeper stacks and slower structure. We're going to have quite a battle on our hands here.
One more.
Donnie, as far as the implications for the overall standings in the PLO series, I can only imagine that Kempton, Christopher, and Weisman have a lot to gain from today's final table.
Yes, they do. Both Stefan Christopher and Isaac Kempton are the highest on the leaderboard for this series coming into this final table. Dylan Weisman has 47 points on the leaderboard so far. The note about Dylan Weisman, though, is if he does take this chip lead that he's starting with and go on to win, he would top the series leaderboard and top the season-long leaderboard, moving ahead of David Coleman.
That's huge. Have not seen David Coleman, PLO. Clearly not his forte.
No, he's out there today.
Oh, he is out there today.
He already busted one bullet in the progressive bounty.
No
I think
way.
he's trying to get back in there. He did. I think he shot up to Thunder Valley maybe for a couple days, but he's back.
Stefan Christopher. We got to know him pretty well 2 days ago.
345.
Made it all the way to heads-up play. Put on a good fight against Sammy.
Sammy the Finn. Sammy is currently the player on top of the series leaderboard.
Both players double suited here. Christopher has the better spades and hearts to go along with it as Guerra calls the 3-bet imposition.
We didn't get to see much of Guerra when he, at least we didn't get to see any of him in terms of streaming when he won the first PGT PLO series because that one was not streamed. Second time around, Guerra didn't do too well,
All in.
but here he's going to do quite well. Look at this.
Wow.
Top set.
Quick all-in move here on the flop. 1.8 million in the middle, and Christopher looking
Yes,
for
top
some
set.
help.
Top set versus straight draws here for Christopher.
A wrap for Christopher, who thought he might be in better shape, also having ace-queen to go along with it.
I guess at least his opponent doesn't have clubs, so.
TV hand right there. GG.
5 on the turn, fills up Guerra, and that is going to do it for Christopher. Out first, much to the benefit of Mr. Jordan Spurlin, who is the very short stack that now got a pay jump.
Yeah, Christopher takes home $42,500.
I thought he was.
And
easy to play that.
I folded
Final five
all his
guaranteed
outs. I had like
59,500.
6, 3 or something.
2049.
Doesn't really matter when the 5 just smacks the turn.
Yeah.
Happy you got here on time now?
You know, the thing is, the only time I played in here, Foxen was like 20 minutes late, and it wasn't really an issue. So I was like, oh, you know, they're not too strict. But I realized that
You're
time
no Foxen.
they weren't actually filming. And also that's true. I don't have the star power anyways, so.
Oh, Jordan Sperlin's late? Who the hell is that?
No, I agree 100%. I always say I'm pretty sure no one knows who I am.
Jordan Sperlin's late. The show must go on. Let's put it that way.
When Lautaro
Aria
Guerra
was
won
telling me
the
that
first
he
ever
thinks people know
PGT
me.
PLO
He's like,
series,
no,
he had
no,
3
people know.
cashes, and they were all victories, including the championship event, the 25K buy-in. He won that one. I believe it was Ren Lin that he topped in heads-up play in that final event. Bit of a coming-out party for Lautaro there. He has 2 cashes coming into this final table, this being his 3rd cash. He took 4th place in the second event of the series, the $7,500 PLO bounty that was won by Elis Parsonen.
It's funny, Isaac Kempton basically referring to the fact that you need to build up enough status in poker for them to
The
delay.
rule probably goes something like, if you're on the YouTube
They probably
thumbnail,
would've delayed
they
it
have
for
to wait
anyone.
for you.
That means that we would have waited for you today.
Yeah, if you're not like in the title or thumbnail, I mean, come on. What are we doing?
Oh man,
If
Isaac
Daniel
Kempton.
Negreanu was late, they'd wait an hour for him. 2 hours.
To reschedule the
I
stream.
don't know. I'd be curious to wonder how long we would wait.
Imagine they had a table with Helmuth and Negreanu, a final table, both to the 2 people on the thumbnail. How long do you think they'd wait?
Good question.
Serious question. It might be 3 hours.
No.
Probably
no
depend on
shot.
the
No
other players,
shot.
actually. Because they're imperative.
It is funny, as I was saying about, you know, awarding yourself some status. Isaac Kempton, Donnie, came out of nowhere with his big run at the win and then started having results at the studio. and now he's a thumbnail player.
That's right.
Like, becoming a thumbnail player, that's pretty big status.
That is big status.
Can't play this one with you.
It was him and
Sad
Dylan
about it.
Weisman on today's
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Today was tough, though, because we could have put 4 people on there. You know, Guerra being a former champ, Matakis being the reigning WSOP Player of the Year. But my fiance, who makes the thumbnails, always tells me fewer is better. So I went with 2, could have gone with 4 today. She freaks out when I say I want all of them on there. We got some fans in the chat. Please let us know who you're rooting for. DJM says, let's go Ian. Love to see it. If you're new to our stream, new to our channel on YouTube, I can highly recommend subscribing to the channel, liking our videos to spread the word. We have daily releases currently of World Series Poker Classic. We are now in 2017.
Pot size raised here, announced from Mr. Hollywood Kempton. That's his new nickname. And
Did you ever watch the Seriously Serious Joe Ingram pot limit Omaha video where he just goes pop, 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 pop? Yeah.
The thing goes pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. You definitely have the same vibe.
Yeah.
40-40.
Oh, it's 40-40. Jesus.
Out here short in the pot already. That's how you keep making these final tables.
You know all the tricks.
I do. You gotta know what to look for.
Sperlin first to act here, out of the way. And Guerra also out of the way. Weisman here on the button.
110,000.
Queen 10 6 deuce double suited. He's got that power of the big stack, and
Those are bad cards.
it's going to work. Raise and take for him. Chips up a little bit. Jordan Spurlin remains the short stack, working on just under 10 big blinds. He's going to be in the big blind here. So forced to commit 80K to the pot, 40K for the big blind ante, of course, 40K for the big blind. First, this will be the first look for many of Mr. Ian Matakis, the reigning WSOP Player of the Year. Went head-to-head. He came out of nowhere and went head-to-head with Sean Deeb. Sean Deeb's always in the running for Player of the Year, as are the likes of like a Josh Aurier, you know, Daniel Negreanu, etc. But last year it was all Ian Matakis. Made a lot of the points that he earned from the online scene, and then started taking some bigger shots live. So for those of you who are unaware, the man in the AC/DC sweatshirt,
10,000.
that is the WSOP Player of the Year. I would anticipate that he plays a bit more of a robust schedule this upcoming summer, and is certainly much more of a name to the poker audience, and we'll probably see him make some waves.
10 seconds.
Matakis here is coming in with a raise to 110,000. Ace, King, 10, 5, one suit. Jordan Sperlin's going to pot it on the short
I
stack.
have less. You have less?
This is interesting because if you're in another
Yeah.
seat, if you're a Weisman, Guerra, Kempton,
45. Slightly.
you can kind of afford it. I mean, Matakis is going to take this shot, but it's going to be a good portion of his stack.
745K in the middle here. Spurlin at risk for his tournament life. As you can see on the screen, equities running very closely. That's the theme. That's the name of the game in Pot Limit Omaha. Spurlin has a few better straight connectors. I guess Matakis does have a slight chance of a wheel. Queen, deuce, 7 on the flop. Spurlin now in the lead, but still needing to hit something. He's got spades, he's got the jack, the 9, and the 8. Turn card is the 9,
Slice.
okay.
I mean, that's
It's a club.
good card for you.
Spurlin takes the lead. Matakis picks up flush and straight draws. River card is the 9 of hearts, and Spurlin gets a double up. He is right back in it.
345.
Essentially flopping stacks there with Matakis, so he in the short stack now.
Deke Acosta with some hate here. Anybody,
Hate?
anybody but Kempton, he says.
What?
Isaac Kempton, one of my new favorite players on tour. Great one-liners. Always rooting for him. Keith Kemper says Ian Matakis is a Minnesota player, so I will pull for him. Love that. Ned Weisman in the house. I'm assuming Ned is
Tommy.
Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah, no worries.
Dylan's dad,
10 seconds.
because he says Daddy
20.
needs a new pair of Hokas.
Is that what happens? Dylan wins, he buys you new shoes? Is that how this works?
I mean, he better win big because those shoes are not cheap. Weisman with the raise. Ace 10, 6-3 with one suit.
10 seconds.
Jordan Sperlin is younger than I expected. He's only 30.
Huh.
I thought he would be like 36. Not that he'd be old or anything like that, but, you know. Jordan Spurlin now residing here in Vegas, but born and raised in Scottsdale, Arizona. Used to be a professional gamer. Also worked as an SAT instructor and has a degree in econ and finance. Bit of a smarty pants over there, it sounds like.
Donnie, this whole series has been about smarty pantses. There's so many.
Frederick Hoban earlier?
Yeah,
the,
Hoban.
The smartest guy in the universe.
Exactly.
Action over here to Spurlin on the button. Ace 9, 7, 5 Badoogie. Gives it up. Lautaro's in there. Limping from the small blind against Dylan Weisman's big blind. Weisman checks.
Check.
Guerra checking the Jack 7-6 flop. He does flop bottom set here.
60,000.
60.
Weisman comes with 60K with some straight draws.
With a set, Guerra's going to come along here. 5 of clubs hits on the turn, and now Weisman hits an 8 high straight. Guerra still, of course, with a set.
Check.
Guerra does have a 9 to block some 8-9 combinations. Also has a 4, blocking some 8-4 combinations, so this pot could definitely swell a bit in size. But Weisman decides just to check behind. Ace of spades gives Weisman the check mark. Here comes Guerra, going for value.
10 seconds.
But we can see that that's not going to be the case.
How much is in there?
2/4. 10 seconds.
I can only imagine Weisman is thinking about what sizing he's going to pick.
650,000.
There it is, 650, coming with a sizable raise on the river here. This check back on the turn, earning him some additional chips here. Question now is, what's Guerra going to do? Donnie, those blocking cards that Guerra holds, do you think that's a big consideration for him?
I think it's certainly in the conversation that's going on in his mind. It does make things a little bit trickier. Of course, that 9 blocking 8-9, the 4 blocking the 8-4, which is exactly what Weisman has. That's why he's the first ever PGT PLO Series champion, sir.
Yes, sir.
Finding folds like that.
Great
Gets the win.
fold by
Robert
Guerra
as
here.
As usual.
Weisman comfortably on 110 big blinds. Has won 4 hands already at this final table.
Yeah, when Guerra won the
You're fine.
first ever PGT PLO Series, he won a 10K pot limit Omaha event for $220,000. Then he won the 15K PLO Bounty for $228K. Then he won that championship event, the 25K, for $518,000. All told, including the series bonus, he got about $1 million.
Wow. Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah, he is a high stakes PLO cash game player,
Yep, thank you, thank you.
mostly online. Married to Samantha Abernathy. I'm sure many of the audience members know who Samantha Abernathy is.
Whenever I hear Samantha Abernathy, there's only one event that comes to mind.
Aussie Millions.
Aussie Millions against what's-his-face? With the long hair. God, I gotta find his name. That clip is an all-timer.
10 seconds.
Weisman here. Action folds to him in the small blind. He comes in with a raise. That gets it done. So far, Weisman chipping up a little bit on just about 4.5 million. Weisman, of course, came in with the big chip lead and has extended it.
The name I was thinking of is Mikkel Hab,
Yep.
or Hab, whatever you say that. They had epic clashes, the Aussie Millions. So it's a while ago now. It's more than 10 years ago. It's crazy.
It is. I saw that Crown may be getting some poker back, huh?
Yeah.
Which it's about time.
Oh, Sam Abernathy in the chat says, "Woo, Aussie Millions." I mean, it's good to be part of poker history.
Yeah,
that
of course,
clip
of course.
is just epic here as we look at Jordan Spurlin tossing the queen, jack, jack. See, this is out of my scope of PLO understanding. That hand to
I
me.
mean, I would have played that hand, but you know, I'm of course no PLO expert, and obviously the stack
One
of
time.
the Matakis over there being shorter on 11 big blinds is certainly within the consideration given the ICM. So,
I'm pretty sure that has to be.
and look at this, he would have walked right into the aces.
Weisman coming with the raise. King, queen, 10 deuce. Shout out Doyle. Matakis.
370.
370,000.
Weisman gives it up. Matakis gets to take this. Pot. We got Milan in the chat, says hello from Slovenia. Shout out to Slovenia. Thanks for tuning in. Matakis double suited again. This one goes into the muck.
Pot.
120.
Spurlin here, after folding queen, queen, jack, jack, decides to fight back versus Kempton, who's attacking his big blind with ace, queen, jack, 6 double suited. Kempton wants to see a flop.
I bet.
Ace, queen, 9, 2 spades. That's exactly what Spurlin was hoping for. 2 pair and the spade draw. Spurlin surely going to continue here.
100.
100 and the snap fold from Kempton, and Spurlin gets to chip up some more. Matakis shortest with 15 bigs, Spurlin on 21, and then a huge jump to Kempton, who has 55. Guerra has 63, and Weisman on top with 109. So gives you a bit of an indication of how much room these players have to play with. Spurlin here sort of tiptoeing around the fact that he wants to both chip up but also not endanger himself with a page jump looming.
You play any other games other than Dota?
Played StarCraft.
StarCraft?
StarCraft back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you good?
120.
That was pretty good, yeah. I mean, my thing is, like, I would, like, pick a game and, like, only play that game. So, like, I only ever
I'm
played
kind of the same way,
a couple
actually.
games, but
Yeah.
each game I played, I was, like, really good at and had infinite hours in.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But then people are like, oh, you're a gamer. Have you played this game? And I'm like, no, I barely
Yeah.
played anything.
Me too, as I've told you before.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I played, like,
Okay.
10,000 hours of StarCraft, and 10,000 in Dota.
Yeah.
Not much else.
I just put 20 into Smash.
Oh yeah, Smash.
That's a lot of
After
hours.
Guerra
Yeah.
limped, Weisman kicked it up to 120. Guerra made the call. We're now looking at 10-5-5.
Which Smash?
Neither
Yeah,
player
well,
with a
for
5.
most of it.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Also Project M. Shout out to Project M. Although now this stream is probably going to get copyright striked by Nintendo for me saying that.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
They go hard.
You know what was underrated game? Chivalry Medieval Warfare. It was a first-person slasher. You ever heard of this? It's like a first-person shooter, but it's melee. You get a sword. It's medieval times. Fun game.
Like an open world game? MMO?
No, it's like a battle.
Oh, okay.
It's like a team battle game where you just like it's like 32 against 32 or 16 against 16
wow.
or whatever, and it's just like you got archers, you got catapults,
that
you got
sounds gnarly.
swords, you got all the different medieval weapons.
That's strong.
You storm a castle.
You do seem like the type of guy who likes to storm a castle.
Man,
You don't want to be the defender. You want to.
I mean, I would have a blast storming a castle. I feel like I would end up bad though. I would get the boiling tar poured on me or something. It always sounds heroic, storming a castle. It doesn't end well for the stormers.
It really doesn't. It's not a good thing.
120.
Donnie, there's only one quote that applies right now as we talk about video games. You know which one I'm referring to? Leroy Jenkins!
yeah.
I can totally see Isaac Kempton pull one of those off. Guerra here, the button raise. Timing
Pot.
not quite right as Weisman re-raises pot.
Been getting into Rainbow Six, but I'm not very good so far.
I've heard it's a very fun game.
It's a tough game when you're playing against people who've been playing it since it came out.
Yeah, that's the problem.
10 seconds.
It's hard to get into games like that.
Yeah. Where the skill edge is massive.
Yeah, so much to learn.
Guerra saves himself the trouble, lets it go. By the way, also we have live reporting on PGT.com of our new event, event number 7, which is a 15K PLO Progressive Bounty. Donnie, you already mentioned to me that it's kind of a shootout already.
Yeah, I mean, people are blasting. I saw I was out there for about a half hour. I saw multiple three-way all-ins. One of which Daniel Negreanu won. I think he had 4 outs, but found it. Did a little dance afterward. Yeah, these people in these progressive bounty tournaments, they do not hold back.
Seeing some new names
Got one
on
marked
the
card
list
there.
today. Cliff Josephine in the mix. Some more regulars as well. Sean Winter, Adam Hendricks, Chino Reem, and Sammy Sipola at the top of the counts in the early goings. That event has unlimited re-entries until
time.
registration closes. It should be a fun final table tomorrow. Weisman again
I just keep having it.
finds aces.
Every time, man. Every time. Wow.
Keep having it.
I mean, if I knew you had that, I might have called.
That sounds dumb.
I had a contender. Saw a twinkle in your eye, though.
I'm sure you did. Can you see through these things?
Oh, yeah.
Through the side?
Right through.
I do give a lot away.
Yeah, marked card, yeah, things like that.
I had it last game, too. Shut the aces.
Good for you.
Good cards here. Good cards.
Hopefully you're gonna change that.
We're about to jump ahead slightly on the timeline. We've had a few graphics issues, but I've been promised that no big pots were missed. So,
Time travel?
time travel, exactly. Usually we only do time travel on the break, but we had to here as well in order to give you guys the best viewing experience. So apologies for that, but All right, there it is. Short little flash forward. I think we only missed a couple of hands. Nothing noteworthy according to the production team. Matakis still short with 530. Spurlin on 720.
Pop. 140.
Kempton comes in with a raise here.
The big boss.
Action over here too. The chip leader Dylan Wisman in the big blind. Weisman's in there with a call. 6-3 deuce, 2 diamonds.
$140.
140.
Kempton flopped top and bottom pair here. Weisman's got the over pair of 8s. He also connected with that 6, and he comes with a lead. Kempton says, I'm not going anywhere just yet. Makes the call. 10 of hearts here on the turn.
Giving Weisman not much more to be hopeful for. Kempton, a big favorite. If we learned anything from yesterday's stream, is that aggression does pay dividend in PLO. People will often back away if they don't have the nuts Ronald Kaiser put on a display on yesterday's final table.
Going to be a tough spot here for Kempton. Weisman coming with pot size bet of 340. Really trying to put the pressure on here, and from everything we've seen from Dylan Weisman in the past at some of these final tables, he certainly has a third shell in him should Kempton call.
1 second.
Kempton still with the 2 small pairs. And there it is. Aggression does pay off for Dylan Weisman. He was a huge dog in this hand and manages to get it done. And Donnie, your prediction at the start of this final table definitely coming true about Dylan Weisman.
Yeah, I mean, he's got pretty much a stranglehold on this table in terms of, you know, you have Jordan Spurlin and Ian Matakis who are on the shorter side, so that handcuffs some of the other players. Probably evidenced, you know, a bit there in that hand with Weisman against Kempton. Weisman just certainly willing to unload the clip against Kempton, and Kempton, you know, he can't really do much there. I mean, yeah, I guess he can click call, but I mean, good luck holding on for dear life in that spot when you're up against a very good, very aggressive opponent who has you covered in chips that could just be blasting away. Would expect more of this from Dylan Weisman the bigger he gets in terms of his stack size. So look for this aggression to continue to ramp up here.
10 seconds.
Pot.
140.
Kempton's going to try a pot size raise once again.
Apologies for the graphics issues. Just tuning in, we are streaming until we have a winner on today's final table. There it is, Kempton with aces. Gets to take this one down. If you're new to our stream, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's very much appreciated.
Level up 25.
Shout out to Big Shack Attack, who's still working on another shout out video, Donnie. This guy's putting
How
on,
long does it take?
putting
You
on a
just
whole-
turn your phone on and press record, man.
He put on a whole Hollywood production. Russell says, it is interesting how professional gamers cross over to poker. Yeah, and I think in the past we saw a lot of that. Of course, Elke being the most famous example of that. He was a StarCraft superstar, even playing in Korea at the highest level. If you Google Elke StarCraft, you can see some funny photos from more than 20 years ago when Elke was quite a name. in the worldwide StarCraft scene. But we've seen players from all variety of video games make it to the highest level in poker. And also, let's not discount Magic the Gathering. You know, not a video game per se, but a card game. Noah Boken, David Williams, I believe Scott Seaver,
Kevin Gerhardt,
Kevin Gerhardt all have a background in Magic.
Eric Froelich. Remember Eric Froelich?
Yeah.
Efro? Yeah.
Efro, David Williams, and Noah, you know, they have that Magic connection from way back in the day.
I feel like they all realized that can't make much money there. You can make more money playing poker, and they said, I might as well do this.
Right, right. And I mean, that's what Kempton said too. You know, you start playing a new video game and you just put 10,000 hours into the same game. Poker, in a way, sort of similar. You know, if you invest all your time into poker,
I saw
then
it's been going there at that time too.
gives you a good chance to win.
But I can still see it.
Donnie, what was it that brought you to poker? Were you a big video gamer before? Were you a card player?
I was always into video games. And then I was at college one year. I was talking to one of my buddies back home, and he said, hey, we got wind of this thing called Texas Hold'em. We've been playing it. We got to introduce you to it when you come home on summer break. And next thing you know, we're literally playing with, like, we would go to the bank, rolls of like nickels, dimes, and stuff, and that's how we started playing. We played enough that we graduated to those weird plastic chips that you buy at like Walmart that have like the little like ridges on them that you can like interlock. So then we used those. Then we got, obviously, you know, we just started playing. That was my first thing, and I immediately like fell in love with it. We first started playing, and one of my friends, shout out Steve Goodwin, he would always win. Always win. He had like a knack for it. And I was like, this a-hole, like, I got to beat him. So I was like, got a couple books, started studying. You know, the rest is history.
Weisman here with the race, King, Jack, 9, deuce. Spurlin, the next player to find aces. Makes it 550K.
Call.
Call 550.
Oh, look at this. Spurlin with only 120K left behind. 1.1 million in the middle. Spurlin, of course, happy to get it in, especially after flopping a set. And Weisman flops a flush draw, so he won't be too unhappy with the situation.
Call.
I do
On
have
the
it.
call.
I mean,
Not the
Spurlin.
it. You know, I don't have the diamonds.
And he said, I have it. There's no way he's winning this hand.
it was a fair fight.
10 blocker too.
10 blocker is important.
Weisman with 10 outs. Diamonds or a 10 would give him the lead. Spurlin with top set will always have redraw outs, no matter what we see on the
I
turn.
had 3 hearts in my hand.
Yeah, it hurts. I had one diamond.
In this spot, you don't care too much whether I have
Spurlin's
one pair or
Tournament life on the line.
Win.
now you care.
Queen of
Everybody's
spades
ripping it
on
off
the
him.
turn,
Yeah, now
and
you
that seals the
Can't
deal.
breathe, man.
It's great
Spurlin.
when you just turn your opponent dead.
Yep.
That page jump looks further and further away.
Just end on.
Thank you.
Isaac said it's my turn, right?
It's you're up.
I'm all in.
All in.
You're up, my good sir.
All right,
The league is watching you.
Matakis
Now's your
here.
chance to shine.
You actually on?
Next one
Yeah, 425.
to make a move. All in for 425,000
Oh, no.
after Weisman
Oh, why does he say,
raised
oh,
to
no?
150.
I mean,
Matakis
see what the flop brings.
at risk
This
here.
is
Let's
not
see
a
what
good
these
hand
cards
for me
are.
to see.
there it is.
I expect to have live cards. These are-
Man, my hand probably has
Matakis.
50% against both those hands. I've been ace,
Great
queen,
scenario here for the short
jack
stack,
eight.
Donnie. Kings versus the King 9, 6-5.
We do need to see the flop though.
Now, Weisman just out for blood here, but
Say, start celebrating, man.
probably
Look,
won't
take us
see it
in
on
a
5.
great spot,
look at this,
similar to
look at
what
this
Jordan
situation.
Sperlin
Start
was just
celebrating.
in.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
flop.
wow. 7-5-8. That is not what Matakis wanted to see.
It's gonna be tough.
You didn't celebrate was the problem.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Turn
Oh!
card, the 9 of
No, come
spades.
on.
life.
Okay. Okay.
There's some life.
We got a jack and a 6. Yeah.
A lot of outs.
I just wanted to make sure I know it. Let's have it. Hear the board.
Spade.
Face card.
Spade.
We'll take paint.
Matakis needs a jack or a 6. River is the king of spades. And the reigning WSP Player of the Year, Ian Matakis, sent to the rail in 5th place. Matakis couldn't get anything going at the final table.
Will and dice, man.
Collect 59,500. And Donnie, by the way, once again, shout out Jordan Spurlin. Next pay jump for him already, as we are down to 4. 76,500 is the minimum payout for him.
How much you got, Jordan?
Just grinding away over there, Jordan Spurlin.
2 million?
1.7.
See the chip leader,
I
Dylan
might be
Weisman.
up. Jordan,
More
how
than
much you got?
5.2 million in chips for him.
I mean, you have more chips than me. What do you mean? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, I'm just
Kempton
curious
also a
how
bit of
much
a
you have.
short stack ninja himself, you know, or at least
No,
a pay
I
jump
can't
ninja,
remember.
I'll say. The other day, you know, he kind of did the same sort of thing.
Are these 20 stacks, Lautaro? Are those 20 stacks?
I've got like 1 point.
Because you have like 2 different tiers. So
No, yeah, the pink ones they are. The blue ones no.
blue one. Okay, perfect. That's that. I don't care about the blue. Thank you.
Yeah, Dylan's too rich to care
Doesn't
about
care
that.
about blue, huh?
I just wanted to know his chip counts.
Doesn't even care.
How many you have?
150.
150.
Less than 6.
We are playing 25,000, 50,000 now for the blinds, and Dylan Weisman staying on the gas, under the gun, ace, queen, 6 on a mystery card, raises to 150, but Kempton there,
You know what? I've been
Hollywood
waiting to say
Kempton.
this all day. Pot his ass.
I could tell you were about to say
Yeah,
that.
no. After the first look, it was
I
pretty
could tell.
obvious. Yeah.
I like my hand, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. How much do you actually have behind you, Isaac?
Man, I got 1.15
Cool. Thank you.
or so. Hey,
Couple
good
of
luck to
aces
everyone.
there for Kempton. He's also got the
I gotta show the
9-8
reader this
suited
hand.
in hearts to the ace. All right, there we see
You know what,
Dylan's
Isaac?
hand. Ace,
I
queen,
have a good
6,
hand.
5.
You can take it.
I wish your hand was worse. Man, I felt like I had aces, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Hollywood Kempton, as we renamed him on the most recent broadcast that he appeared on.
I have 5 million.
Always up for some antics, which we love to see. Stack size is a bit closer now. Weisman, of course, still well out in front, but the other 3 players are all within striking distance of each other. Could be an interesting battle to see who gets a chance to fight against Weisman.
You just penciling him in for
Yeah.
heads-up play? You're just
Have you seen Dylan Weisman play in the past, Donnie?
No. Listen, I'm pretty much there with you, but I'm just saying, you know.
The Dylan Weisman blow-ups are few and far between.
Although he has it in him to like go for it. Like he won't hold back at times, which makes him a fun player to watch. Sperlin opts to limp on the button. Guerra calls from the small blind, and action now on Weisman.
Wow.
He's going to
Three-way
check 3 ways here. Kempton's going to be sitting on the sidelines as he watches these 3 go to battle.
3 players.
Jack, 7, 5, 2 spades.
Check.
Missing a couple cards here for the players. Hopefully get those back shortly. Guerra flops top and bottom pair with the Jack 5. Weisman has at least a straight draw with the 6-4. Sperlin possibly a flush draw. If that other card's a spade. Also has a straight draw. Guerra checks. Weisman comes with a bet of 100K.
10 seconds.
Sperlin is in there. And Guerra is in there. Kempton's loving it. 9 of clubs on the turn. Sperlin, that straight just comes right in for him. In a way, it's kind of been Jordan Sperlin's day. He started this final table with 370,000, I think it was, and at least right now, he's looking pretty good. Guerra turns another pair.
I'm
He's
really
got all the pairs.
I'm really expecting Isaac Kempton to go and start chanting, "We want blood," whenever this hand goes to the river with 3 players still involved.
Check, check over to the man that just hit that inside straight, Jordan Spurlin.
Well disguised straight here, but of course with 2 flush draws out there, Sperlin cannot afford to give any free cards. He could be the only player with a spade flush draw. He's still waiting on the reveal of that 4th card.
10 seconds.
Betting 200K on the button. Guerra, by the way, jacks and 9s, 2 pair here. Also has paired his 5, giving him additional full house outs.
He makes the call. Weisman says, "I'll see you later. I'm gonna go hang out with Mr. Kempton over here." Look at Kempton immediately looks over them, still rubbing his hands together. 5 of spades comes in on the river, and that means Lautaro Guerra fills up. He's got 5s over jacks. It's also a spade, which does mean Sperlin could have improved his hand from a straight to a flush if that card is a spade.
How much in the pot?
900.
900,000 out there between these two. Spurlin the shortest. He's got a little bit over $1 million behind.
Pot.
900.
Pot size bet is announced from Guerra, much to the curiosity of Jordan Spurlin. The way Spurlin is thinking about this one, I want to say he might have a flush.
10 seconds.
Let's eyebrow movement here. Maybe indicating some concern.
Couple of time extensions being used for Spurlin. He's been in the tank for over a minute now.
This makes it extra interesting to see what Spurlin's final card is. If he's thinking of calling here without the flush, would make it even more interesting. But as we can see, Guerra has a winning full house, so Spurlin definitely in a lot of trouble here. Oh, and the call is made. Absolutely massive win here from Guerra. Regardless of Spurlin having the flush here, he surrenders an enormous portion of his stack here, down to only 165,000 chips. Donnie, you jinxed him. You said, it's been Jordan Spurlin's tournament, and 2 hands later, he loses all his chips.
I'm sorry. Sorry to Spurlin and all of his fans out there. My apologies.
By the way, Guerra here.
Every additional card that
himself.
came, I got more excited.
You did. You really did.
Not to mention the action.
Yeah. Not to mention.
Man.
You're sick, man.
I was like, oh, 9 of clubs, huh? Interesting.
5 of spades.
Still 3 ways. Oh, 5 of spades. Interesting. Oh, he's dunking pot. Oh, ain't that something? Lautaro Guerra.
That's why you come to America, to hang out with us. Play some PLO.
Play some PLO, win some money. No big deal.
Do you have about 4 million now, or like 3.8?
Yeah, I think. You have 4 million?
About 4. Yeah, I have 5 to go.
3.6.
Yeah,
according
probably
to our
about
stats.
3.6.
By the way, Guerra wearing a T-shirt that even us commoners can afford of a brand that I really like, All Saints. They have a
We can afford that?
Yeah, 100%. They have a shop at the Cosmo, right next to Momofuku, which is my favorite restaurant in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, when you say shop at the Cosmo, I'm expecting that T-shirt costs $105.
Okay, 2 doors down from this shop is that Jason of Beverly Hills guy with the $1 million watches. So it is definitely sort of placed among the unaffordable.
Placed among the elites.
Yeah, exactly. Or that suit shop where Max Steinberg went.
Stitched?
Stitched is also there. I believe it's also quite pricey. But yeah, All Saints.
Yeah,
One of my
what's
favorite
the
brands.
You know?
I'm not going to say it's cheap, but it's definitely something you can splurge on a little bit if you want something nice.
Lautaro?
Lautaro.
Lautaro?
Lautaro.
Lautaro.
Lautaro
For you,
Guerra.
it's okay like that.
Lautaro?
Lautaro, no. Lautaro.
Lautaro.
Yeah, it's okay. It's difficult with the accent.
It is, yeah.
I got it down pat though, right? I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mine's good.
For you, it's
Yeah,
okay.
yours is great, Isaac.
For me, it's okay. Make sure you keep
I
Isaac
take it.
happy.
I take it.
I actually speak Spanish, that's why I'm fucking speaking of Spanish. We'll practice after the stream. Don't want to keep repeating your name into the mic.
Yeah, it's a $95 T-shirt.
Donnie, you looked up Elis Parsonen's jacket, which was $1,300.
I'm not paying a $95. I buy like $11 T-shirts.
Okay, but you have to admit that $95 is something that is affordable. I'm not saying it's cheap.
Questionable.
Okay,
Highly questionable.
I will never.
How rich are you?
I
That
just,
sweatshirt looks very nice.
I just spilled soy sauce on my sweater, and I'm really upset about it. That's how rich I am. I'm actually really.
Who's the sweatshirt?
This is Scotch and soda. It's actually from Amsterdam,
Oh, wow. Look at you.
but now it's ruined.
Because you spilled
So-
Scotch and
I
soda
got
on
soy
it.
sauce all over it. I own two white sweaters. One of them now covered in soy sauce. Shout out to me for being an idiot.
10 seconds.
Guerra
Pot.
600.
raising it up to 175 with ace 10 and 9s. Weisman with double
You guys
suited
having a
ace.
nice day? I'm having a great day. Ooh. Let's get out of the way this way.
Kempton, the spectator, happily so. And look at this. Spurlin in the big blind. Oh, yeah, he is going to go for it. Maybe Donnie Spurlin counting on some isolation here and getting it heads up, and that's exactly what happens.
Maybe some
I want to
protection,
see this
Jordan.
Dylan Weisman hand.
I'm way ahead.
Also a spot where if
He said
Sperlin
he's
puts
way
his
ahead.
money in, he can
At least he didn't say
essentially
I've got
triple
it.
up, right? Because Lautaro put that raise in originally.
This is mine.
Got 150.
And Sperlin
115
sees great news here.
This is the Dylan Weisman hand.
No, I just wanted to see the hand that
Yeah. That I chose.
you confidently said pot with.
It's a good hand. It's double suited.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, I would lose a stack with that hand. I would call his 4-bet with that hand. You know what I mean?
I actually might have had to. I might have had to.
I would tell myself. Oh,
I
it's
have ace
down.
and knights. No, pocket knights.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
No suited to ace.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Spurlin at risk here. Has a chance to get up to 480K, but he needs to win this one. Deuce, queen, queen.
So far, so good for
Yeah.
Sperlin.
Sixes are good here.
Yeah,
Weisman
spade.
needs an 8 or spades, or I guess running straight cards around the deuce.
Ooh, that was exactly the card I was
Wow,
thinking
that
of.
is literally
It's a dirty one.
the best card.
Could he have gotten a
No.
better card?
You have the 6 of
He
spades,
gets
so I can't.
the spade draw and the straight draw just because of that 4 of spades.
The only better card would have been an
It
8.
could be an 8. That's true.
River card
Oh.
is the 7 of clubs, and Spurlin fades a large
bad.
chunk
You
of the
run
deck,
so bad, Dylan.
and he's
You run
back
so
in
bad.
it.
How do you not hit that?
What the man?
I feel like I'm running bad.
I'm okay with Jordan staying in.
I'm not.
I know. Unlucky.
Man, I might have to put on my punt glasses. I'm
Isaac
getting sick and
Kempton
tired
over
of
there
this
wants
ICM
all the pay
nonsense.
Get the
jumps.
good old 4-4-5-5 in there.
I thought I was about to be unchained.
Kempton referencing
Oh,
a bit of
that's
the
supposed to not
ICM
get the
jail
picture.
cell
I
that
can't
he is
beat
in
that.
right now.
And a man can only live under a boot for so long before the revolution comes.
What a poet.
I mean, how do you guys not like Isaac Kempton?
I know, this is the greatest player we've had in a long
Greg
time.
out there said, let me know when Kempton loses. I mean, no. Why? Weisman, queen, 3 deuce. Comes in with the raise. Lautaro Guerra makes the call. Ace, jack, deuce, deuce from the big blind. Heads up to the flop. Jack, 10, 8, 2 diamonds.
Check.
Check, check here. Weisman's queens are best going to the turn. 5 of hearts.
Okay. $200,000.
We're happy to let this one go. All eyes on Spurlin still, despite his double up. He's sitting on just 9 big blinds. Oh yeah, look at that Las Vegas Strip. Always good to look at that beauty. Check out PLO Mastermind. Learn to win at Pot Limit Omaha for free. Go to PLOmastermind.com/PokerGo and start practicing right now. Takes about 15 seconds to get signed up. Takes about an additional 3 seconds to get in the game and start working on your Omaha game. I've been playing around with it. I must say, I've already gained quite a bit of insight from playing around with it for a few hours.
Can I say something?
Yes,
We need new B-roll.
we get the same.
I saw old stuff that's no longer there.
Oh, you mean on the strip? Yeah.
And at some point, the Mirage is no longer going to be called the Mirage.
Why can't we get Antonio to film our own B-roll?
Yeah, fire up a drone. Let's go.
Yeah, you're going to get arrested so fast if you let a drone up on the strip. Yeah, if Antonio is watching, we need our own B-roll. Ace is here for Kempton.
Gotta give you some
Again.
action.
You know you're allowed to fold, you know. You don't have to.
I could have folded, but I didn't want to.
I know you want to be the big man on the table, but sometimes just surrendering is a good idea.
Couple of 5s out there on the 5-3 flop. I was going to say, we can only see 2 of Weisman's cards, but the percentage is set 78%, so I'm guessing he had a 5. He does have a 5. Jack 9, 7, 5 for him. He did defend
is in
from the big blind. Kempton did flop straight draw here as well with those aces. 125K is the lead from the chip leader. This is another one of those spots, you know, even going back to a little bit earlier when Weisman could just go bet, like all the time, and it just puts Kempton in a bit of a tricky spot. Deuce of spades here on the turn. Weisman still well out in front. Earlier we saw Weisman take a similar sort of line against Kempton, but with an inferior hand. Here he has the best hand.
75.
Another bet coming.
75.
675 out there. 375 announced.
2 or 3?
275.
2.
Okay.
Sorry, 275 announced.
Second.
They call.
Calls with a wave of his hands, a bit of a shrug. Basically saying, what else am I supposed to do? Deuce here on the river. That gives Kempton trip deuces. Could make it a little bit trickier for him here. Weisman still, of course, best with those trip fives. More than 1.2 million out there. Weisman checks. Probably going to see Kempton
Jack
check
five.
behind. Yep.
Wow.
Trip fives are going to win it.
Kempton saves himself some here by not betting the river after hitting trip deuces. His aces end up in the muck, and the rich get richer at this table.
Couple of hands left before we kick things up to the next level. Four-handed here. Event 6 of the PGT PLO Series presented by PLO Mastermind. Would encourage everyone to check them out. PLOmastermind.com/PokerGo. You can sign up for free, completely free. You don't even need to like fake enter a credit card type of thing where they charge you later. No, it's just totally free. Ace Queen 10-3 here for Jordan Sperlin first act. Pot size raise announced 175. Guerra gets out of the way. Action now on Weisman, who's
How much behind?
also out of the way.
220.
Kempton's got an ace, queen, 8, deuce, double suited. Spurlin started this hand with 455.
10 seconds.
All in.
All in.
Here we go. Money is
I
in.
don't have
Okay.
it this time.
I got ace queen high.
I
man.
also have ace queen though.
Oh boy.
I got spades.
I got hearts.
You got the higher hearts. Oh my gosh.
And I got a 3.
Sperlin
That's gonna be
at
critical
risk
in this
here.
hand.
I got a
Both
deuce.
players
man.
with ace queen. We
We
saw
got
the
the
ace
river.
king chop earlier between them.
Yes, we did.
Now let's see
Fair
if
fight, guys.
Spurlin can find his next double up here through Kempton.
Yeah, on that last one, it was Kempton who was on a little bit of a free roll here, at least so far. Spurlin has the free roll equity.
All right, here comes the flop. Queen 5-9. The most important thing here on the board is that single 5 of hearts. That could bring Spurlin running flush cards to give him a double up. Of course, the lower cards are still live. 10 hits on the turn, and that is also a live one. Spurlin now a huge favor to double up, despite these players starting with somewhat similar hands.
Needs to fade a jack.
River is the 6 of spades, and Spurlin gets another double up. Donnie, I guess you were right.
Yeah,
It is
come on, it's his
Spurlin's
day.
turn. It is his day.
370.
Can't kill the man. He's just hanging around.
395. 395.
Kempton now the short stack, so I guess he is unchained a little bit now, but not in the way that he had hoped. Now being the short stack,
Last hand was slightly.
he can probably just, you know, be a little bit more comfortable just getting his money in as opposed to worrying about a ladder. Although he is kind of close to Spurlin and chips too, so Dylan Weisman still very much in front. $5,555,000 for him. These 4 players guaranteed $76,500. $229,500 up top for the winner.
What you have now, Jordan?
Have 730, I believe. Let me double check that. It might be 55. Yeah, 750.
800.
Thank you. Pot?
175.
Weisman comes in for the pot. Gets it through.
Are we on break now, Rory?
Players are going on a 10-minute break.
Are we
We're
calling
taking
it?
a
No,
short
don't call
3-minute break, so we'll be back in about 3 minutes. So get yourself a fresh coffee, perhaps, or maybe a snack. We'll be back at 2:14 local time. See you in a few.
Jack 10, 8-4 here for Kempton on the button, double suited.
Pot.
600.
Comes in with a pot size raise. 10-10-9-9 for Parsonen. Definitely going to be playing this one.
1.8.
He
Oh, look
pots
at
it.
this. This could be a huge one.
You
Hollywood.
got aces
Kempton
again too? We'll see. I'm going to call that wager.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, boy.
He's in there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sit up straight. You better pay attention to this one. We practically have a coin flip going into the flop.
1,
Kempton
2.
could just move all in on the flop here. Only 2.8 million
2.35
behind with 3.8 in the middle already. Queen 5-7
2 point.
on board.
2.35.
All in.
How much is it?
Wow.
3.
Parsonen puts Kempton to the test. Tony,
There's
what have we got
3.8
here?
in the middle.
3.8.
Okay. Oh my god.
What do we got?
I have a jack high.
A jack high?
I have a gutter.
8-9.
Man, I got back doors though. I feel like I'm supposed to. There's 3.8 in the middle.
10 seconds.
So many back doors.
Yeah, it does have backdoor hearts. His backdoor spades are better than Parsonen's backdoor spades.
Also, half the deck gives him a backdoor straight draw.
I mean, I don't think he knows it, but he could hit a jack.
Right. Wow, 40% equity as it stands. If Kempton could see Parsonen's cards,
Well, if he knew that he had 39% equity,
Right, right.
he would put his money in
Yeah.
for sure. Right.
10 seconds.
yeah, taking some time here. The beauty of pot limit Omaha, so many draws, so many options. Kempton weighing
Jack
out.
8-4. Then
Just
What? He called his
exact hand.
Are you kidding me? Parsonen?
I've always been
You
bad
said-
at math. Just give me 1 minute. One more.
I mean, you have plenty
He
of.
called it. Jack 8-4-10. This is incredible. I've never seen this before. Welcome back inside the PokerGO studio. Apologies there for the little break, of course. Sometimes that is necessary. This final table presented to you by PLO Mastermind. Go to PLOmastermind.com/PokerGo to sign up for free. If you're just joining us now for the first time. Four-handed battle here inside the PokerGO studio. Dylan Weisman on top. Jordan Sperlin still our short stack. The remaining 4 players guaranteed $76,500. Third place, 106. Second, 148. And first, 229,000. We'll be here until a winner is
180.
crowned.
Wait, 180.
The graphic hiccups continue.
Pot his ass.
Oh, wow. Kempton's going to pot his ass, as he said.
We need that. It's got to go on a shirt. 100%.
Yeah,
Pot his ass.
exactly. I like it.
I'm gonna show the reader this hand.
Jordan Sperlin giving it some thought here. We might see some ferocious action to kick things off in the new level, playing 30K, 60K now. Weisman made it 180. Kempton 3-bet to 630. Kempton started this hand with only 795, so he's almost all in. Spurlin and Kempton are only 30,000 chips apart. Spurlin must have
All
a
in.
monster hand, and he goes all in. Now, Weisman
You both have about the same amount, right?
could take a stab here
I have
at knocking
30K
out
more
2
than
players.
Okay. All in.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Here we go. 3-way all in unless Kempton folds.
Come on, man. What do we do? I guess I have 30K more, so if I beat him, right, I just need to beat.
Oh, here we
man,
go.
And then I get the
Cards
jump.
on screen.
I don't like my chances of beating him, to be honest.
Kempton double suited with ace,
I
king,
really
deuce,
don't
deuce.
like my. I mean, whatever. You know me, man.
Yeah, you can't
Come
help
on,
it.
man.
All
I got a
right,
pair of
3-way
twos,
all
man. What
in
do you
here.
know?
Okay, yeah. No.
Wiseman with
I got a pair
Jacks.
of twos.
Jack,
and
Jack.
7-8 looking for the double
Man, I think the
knockout
deuce
here.
is
It's very reasonable.
The deuce is coming, man. The deuce. Is that
Wow.
Rainbow Dylan Weisman?
Yeah, but they all talk to each other.
He said very reasonable.
They all talk to each other.
Man,
Oh,
the
boy.
deuce is coming, man.
Look at the price I'm getting. I think I have a good price for it.
I should have.
What?
I don't see how you don't win this hand.
I agree.
That'd be
with-
crazy.
I kind of agree
The
with
only
that.
person
Yeah.
standing is Kempton. He's clearly winning this hand.
There's a deuce coming.
9 and a 10.
Kempton is
I don't
all
even
over
wanna
the
make a pair.
place.
Just 9 and a 10.
Keep in mind, Kempton
I
has
should've
Spurlin
3-bet to,
covered.
like half pot or something, then I could have folded.
Next time.
Yeah, looks like.
Okay,
Would you fold
Let's
if
see
he
a flop.
folded and it was just us?
so
tell
many
you.
options
Oh,
here.
man.
Going to the
Secrets.
flop.
Oh, wow.
Queen, ace,
Oh,
3,
good one for Jordan.
and that is top set for Jordan
I don't even have
Spurlin.
spades. He has higher spades.
Kempton somehow finds an ace
What
as
do I
well.
need? I need a
Spurlin
10
has higher spades.
or a 9.
I'll take a 10.
How do you have an 8? That's sick.
Oh, how do I hit it? Yeah, yeah.
That's sick.
Difficult spot here for anyone not named Jordan Spurlin. Backdoor straight, I guess, for Wiseman still in play, but that's going to be tough as well. 8 of spades hits. Now Spurlin adds a flush draw.
We're
and
dead,
Yeah, we're
right?
dead.
There's
According
not a
to the
single card?
percentages here,
Spades? Do I have spades?
everyone
Yeah,
is
higher
dead.
spades.
That's hand over.
That's good news.
Wow.
Full house.
It's Jordan Spurlin's day. And Isaac Kempton
Wait, I beat Dylan Weisman.
Yeah, you're alive.
I beat
gets
Dylan
a
Weisman.
little
Here's the
mini
30.
refund.
Thank you.
And then I owe, how much to you, Jordan?
Let's see.
7.
I mean, it's just the starting chip count.
Still going to break these
65.
stacks down, and
I think that was
Sperlin's up to
what it was.
2.4
Or no, I paid
million.
the bit,
No, no,
one.
No, it's the first round.
765.
Okay. Yeah,
I get 30. Man, you know what time it is? It's fold o'clock.
Jordan, 765. Okay, 765.
Big old pile of chips pushed Jordan Spurlin's way.
It's a good spot.
Dylan Wiseman still
What's my bunch?
up on top despite losing that hand, and Isaac Kempton, I mean, he's
The
got
cards all talk to each other. You didn't hear that?
got some work cut out for him now.
We're talking to each other.
I fold with the 6. Fold with the
Kempton
7,
mocking Dylan Wiseman.
I mean, I'm just in it, so what do I know? I only play aces.
You really have kind of only been playing aces.
Yeah.
And I saw you tanking. A shiver went down my spine. It's never ace, king, king.
Kempton here. Ace, king, queen 9 double suited.
Jesus Christ.
Money's going to go in.
Fucking deal me, man. But the thing is, I'm big blind next hand. I can't even like leave some behind.
Down.
Kempton all in.
Still
even
puts
have
the
a chip
act
to
on,
Yeah,
even though he's
still
got
Hollywooding.
one big blind. I mean, it's gotta love the kid, huh? Could you imagine him on like a gamer headset?
Oh my god. He would say some stuff that you
his
can get
ass.
banned for, probably.
Is that even legal? That's some form of collusion. That's some form of collusion.
Oh, we might need to get a referee in here.
Check.
8-4 deuce here. Checked by Guerra and Weisman. 5 here on the turn.
Check.
Check, check once again. 3 on the river. Weisman's got that ace deuce for a wheel.
Straight.
That is
No
going to
biggie.
do it, and that is going
Nice
to
one.
eliminate Isaac Kempton in 4th place. $76,500 for
Good
him.
game.
Quick, he didn't even say anything. He just
ran out.
says, I'm out of here.
Oh,
here
he's
we
back.
go. Here we
He's
go.
back. Oh my god, it's about to get a whole lot quieter at this table.
Or do we all have to cuddle?
Yeah, probably like it's better.
Cuddle,
to-
please.
Players move over.
Just to hear something.
Let's see
Take
if
a
they
mic, they're
stay
off.
seated.
Off ID.
Just one minute, okay?
Okay.
All right, so players are
So they don't need to ready.
potentially
Yep. Is that okay?
moving themselves over a little bit. We are 3-handed now. The final 3 guaranteed $106,250. Wiseman up top, 5.1 million. Guerra in
Okay.
second with 3.1, and Jordan Spurlin hanging on, 2.4 million. He's been all but out on numerous occasions, and Dylan Wiseman with some real
Going okay.
acrobatics.
Did you guys see that bridge collapse? That's what this is reminding me of.
Oh my God.
A major bridge got hit by a boat and just like collapsed.
Really?
Like
Yes,
yesterday.
In
wow.
Maryland.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, yeah. That was
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's not going great, guys. All right, we can start dealing. I'll move him over.
Obviously, Dylan Wiseman never played roulette in his life. He just
Yeah, you
Small
just,
blind.
put him in a pyramid and slide him
Steady.
over.
exactly. Donnie Peters, resident roulette expert.
I mean, he's just got too many chips. I mean, it's a good problem to have, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he's-
Yesterday, we saw Josh Aryeh literally spill his chips all over the table.
Yeah, I mean, every day we've seen a massive stack, you know. Wiseman now, Arya yesterday, and Elis Parsonen before that.
Option.
Pot.
180. Raise 180.
How much did you start with, Jordan?
I have about 2 million, slightly more.
About 2. Thank
Or
you.
actually,
Team more, no? 22, yeah. 20.
yeah, I had like 2.3, I guess.
2.3. Okay, thank you. No bridge collapses. Minor structural damage.
If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for watching. This is our Event 6 final table. We're streaming live daily with the epic conclusion of this series on Friday night. That's going to be our 25K PLO. Right now, our new event, Event 7, is also ongoing. It's a 15K progressive bounty event. All the superstars are playing and gambling. I've heard from the room that everyone is basically all in every hand, so that should make for some good TV tomorrow as well.
180,000 on the button from Weisman. King, king,
80.
jack 6. Guerra makes the call from the big blind. Ace, king, 5-3. To the flop we go. 10-7-4, 2 spades.
Check.
Check.
Weisman remains out in front here. Players are quite deep now. Shortest stack is Spurlin on just about 40 big
10.
blinds. Average stack 58 big blinds.
210.
210,000 from Weisman gets it done.
Russell referring to Kempton getting into the next event, which is why he rushed off stage. Plenty of time to register left in that event. If you happen to be in Vegas and you want to play some high stakes PLO tournaments, this series is open for everything. I feel like people sometimes misunderstand. You know, you don't have to be invited to come and play here at the studio. This is open for everyone. And Chino Reem is our current chip leader in the 15K. By the way, Ian Matakis jumped right in, has already tripled his stack. So he's going to make a run again in the 15K.
Pot.
Raise to 10.
Pot size raised announced from
To 10.
Jordan Aces Spurlin, because that's all he plays. Let us know in the chat who you are rooting for, as Spurlin and Guerra are now very close to being tied in chips.
Pot.
To 40. To 40.
Guerra limping on the button here with ace, queen, queen, 6. Weisman potting from the small blind with a double suited king 5, 4 deuce.
10 seconds.
Guerra not just going to back down.
That's it.
King, Jack, 10. Broadway for Guerra here. And Weisman already reaching for some chips here.
10 seconds.
300,000.
Bet 300.
300K is the bet from Weisman, who does have backdoor diamonds. He did flop a king, but if we see any pressure here from Guerra, Donnie, that's going to be a fold, right?
Yeah, I mean, I also think Guerra could just flat here. I think that's certainly fine. Guerra himself has a backdoor flush draw. He's got the backdoor nut heart draw. Does just call. 5 of clubs here on the turn. Weisman still second best, but now has 2 pair, so Could possibly get there with a full house. Guerra, of course, still very much well out in front here.
10 seconds.
We'll see if Weisman wants to continue putting pressure on.
Check.
That is a no. He checks.
If you're Guerra here, Donnie, you cannot be in the free card business, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I would be trying to, you know, not only deny some equity against some draws, but get some value from my hand.
Check.
Oh, never mind. He checks behind. 3 of spades is a safe card on the river there, so Guerra's Broadway straight best.
Seconds.
400,000.
Oh, wow.
Third pot here from Weisman, and that is absolutely music to Guerra's ears because he has the nuts. Nothing else, you know, it's not a chance where like another club came in, he's got to worry about flushes. Nope, the board is not paired. Nope.
I feel like Guerra has the right approach versus Weisman. We saw this happen on an earlier hand where he got Weisman to bet out on the river when he made the best hand.
Time.
2 million.
Oh yeah, here we go.
2 million. Massive raise from Guerra.
How much more do you have?
Not much. 335,000.
10 seconds.
Awful hand to call you with, but I just think I had the best hand. I don't know.
Ooh, wow. Guerra getting into the head of Dylan Weisman, who's considering to call, and he makes the call.
I called.
Opportunistic
Oh,
by Dylan Weisman. And Guerra calmly announces, I have the nuts.
A little bit of kind of surprise and confirmation at first that you said, what? Call? Oh, yep, nuts.
Oh, wow.
I
Look
also
at this
have an awful
shift
hand to call
in
you with in our club.
dynamics.
I just couldn't believe you either.
Yeah, I send believe you. I send.
thank you.
Donnie, Guerra showing why he is a former champion of our PGT PLO Series.
I send.
Getting it done, getting all the value.
Time.
Yeah, really big shift now on the leaderboard. Guerra up out in front more than 5.5 million. Dylan Weisman knocked back into a race with Jordan Sperlin. Weisman tumbles down to 2.6 million. Of course, Weisman still plenty deep here, but given where he once was, it was quite the fall. But you heard him. Dylan Weisman just, he didn't believe him. He said, I think I have the best hand.
Sometimes you got to follow your gut, and sometimes it backfires, but you can't fault him for following his read. Beautiful hand here for Weisman. Right away again.
10 seconds. Call.
Put.
210. Raise 210.
Weisman limped here, 460K on the button with the Jack 10 9-7, double suited. Guerra fired in a raise from the big blind, Ace Jack Jack 6. Weisman makes the call here. Weisman will be in position against Guerra. One hand to go. Guerra won that huge pot and took the chip lead from Weisman. Queen, Queen 6, 2 clubs out there. The jacks are still best for Guerra. Got backdoor spades. Weisman flopping a flush draw.
150.
150,000 is the wager. Weisman says no thank you, gets out of the way.
Here's a look at our giveaway we are doing with Octopi Poker. Go to PokerGO.com/winmasters to enter our free social media giveaway right now. PokerGO.com/winmasters. And we might see you at the 2024 Poker Masters. All right, back inside the studio here. Still 3 players battling it out. Spurlin and Weisman tied with 40 big blinds apiece. Guerra double suited in the small blind. Can only assume he's going to be attacking.
Raise 180.
Dylan Weisman now is the shortest stack. Guerra pushing towards 6 million in chips. Guerra's stack does represent 55% of the chips in play. He's almost got 100 big blinds to work with. As somebody who is a high stakes PLO cash game player, I'm sure he's going to be quite a pain to battle with, being 100 big blinds deep is he. Of course, you know, effectively playing 38 and 40 bigs for the other 2 players.
160.
Raise 160.
Ace, Jack, 10-10, 1 suit for Guerra. Nice one here on the button, comes in with a raise. Weisman's out of the way. Action on Sperlin, who's been quiet recently as the other players have been willing to play a little bit more. And here comes Jordan Sperlin. Ace, King, Queen, 8, pots it.
Raise 510.
Spurlin has no aces for a change, making it 510K. Guerra not going anywhere.
Fairly quick call from him. Didn't really think about it too much. So more than 1.1 million out there. And here we go. I see a jack. I see 2 jacks.
Wow. Exciting flop here for the Spaniard, as Spurlin, with the betting lead, has to really consider, what's my move here? Going small.
Bet 225.
Guerra here flopping trip jacks. Sperlin's got 2 pair.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it looks like Guerra's going to waste no time in putting in a raise.
Time.
675.
Raise 675.
many cases, we've seen lots of quick pot, repot action, but of course stacks a bit deeper now. Spurlin betting small, and Guerra raising it up to 675. Spurlin thinks the better of it and lets it go. And the big stack just got a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, Guerra now up to 6.7 million in chips. Losing that pot did push Jordan Spurlin back down to the short stack, but that's a spot on the leaderboard that he's been plenty at this final table and has already done well enough to maneuver himself to three-handed play. So I'm sure Jordan Spurlin is not out of his comfort zone at all. Just has some fewer chips to work with. Weisman, of course, in the middle. 2.2 million for him. Weisman did come into today's final table. He was the chip leader with 6 players remaining. Had a pretty big chip lead at that. Kind of started to stretch it out early. But most recently lost a very big hand to the current chip leader, Guerra. Weisman staying on the river. He just didn't believe him. He didn't believe his opponent. Called it off with 2 pair. Guerra had the Broadway straight, and that is what led to Guerra now up on top of the leaderboard and stretching out a lead. Sperlin limps the small blind here. Ace-Jack 5-3. Guerra checking his option in the big blind. 8, 5, 3, 2 diamonds. So 2 pair and a flush draw for Spurlin. Top pair for Guerra. Spurlin checks.
Bet 125.
$125 from Guerra. Spurlin won't be going anywhere. Now he's just going to decide how he wants to play this one.
Pot.
5
There is the raise. Guerra says no thank you, quickly out of the way. Spurlin takes that one. Chips up a little bit. These final 3 players guaranteed $106,000 in prize money. Up top, $229,500. This is event 6 of the PGT PLO Series, presented by PLO Mastermind. We still have 3 more live streams to go. Tomorrow we will have the final table of the $15,000 Progressive Bounty Tournament. Then after that, we'll have a $15,000 PLO. And then on Friday, the $25,000 Championship event. We will have the final table of that one for you all. Hope you can join us on all days. As we see Guerra and Weisman going to go to a flop here. Guerra limped in from the small blind. Weisman raised to 180 from the big blind. Guerra made the call. 9-8 deuce here. Weisman flopping pretty good. Guerra going to opt for a lead. 160. Weisman is in there with the call. Pot up to 740,000. Turn card is the 9 of diamonds. Pairs the board. guys can see that Guerra is 0% to win the full pot at Showdown. He can chop it. He could also possibly bet Weisman off his hand. But Guerra opting to check here.
What is in there?
740.
740.
Weisman getting a confirmation on the pot size.
300,000.
300,000. Quick fold from Guerra.
She was saying how much my bet sizing was.
Nice little pot there for Dylan Weisman. Gets him up to just about 2.6 million. Most importantly, kind of separating himself away from Jordan Spurlin, who won the pot 2 hands ago to chip up a little bit himself. There you see Lautaro Guerra still out on top here. Has had a couple cashes so far, has Guerra, at this PGT PLO Series. He took 4th place in event number 2 of the series. That was the $7,500 bounty tournament. Regular bounties in that one. That was, of course, the tournament that Elias Parsonen successfully defended his title in this event, which is pretty crazy.
So wild.
I mean, obviously, Elias is extremely good at PLO, right? But still, just being able to come back and defend your title in any tournament is not easy. There's a lot of variance involved. Things have to go your way. And then doing it against the type of competition that you see here at the PGT PLO Series, you know, just kind of extra special for him to be able to do that.
Fun to highlight as well, the players that missed out on this final table also included some massive names. Sammy Sipola, winner of an event, I think 2 days ago, finished 7th, just missing out on the final table. Dan Smith, Eric Seidel, Matthew Wantman, Elias Parsonen, Christopher Frank, and Jesse Lonis all made the money as well. So quite a few notables picking up a few points there. Fool's Cast pointing out that Sperlin was down to 165,000 chips.
He was.
Yeah, he indeed was.
He came into the final 6 today with 370K, very much the short stack. I believe they started playing 20,000, 40,000 on the big blinds, or on the blinds, so right around 10 big blinds to start the day, but was able to get some doubles early, put himself in contention.
10 seconds.
Pot.
He did then lose a big pot and got short again, and you know, was able to spin it up again. And here he is, coming in with a pot-sized raise from the small blind with ace jack 9-6 after Dylan Weisman limped on the button. Weisman ace king 10-8. Guerra is out of the way. Notably, Guerra folding 2 diamonds and 2 hearts.
That is definitely notable for Sperlin's equity. Sperlin's still 29 big blinds.
Pot.
Oh, wow.
Raise
And
7.
Weisman just going for straight aggression here. Donnie, do you think that Spurlin had a plan when he potted this one, given the strength of his hand? Like, if Weisman does this, I can do that? Or, you know, judging by the look on his face, he might be folding this, but...
10 seconds.
I mean, I think at least plan A was that, you know, my hand is good enough that I can raise here. Dylan's probably going to raise a lot of his really good hands on the button, but
this does not look like the face of a man willing to play for more.
nope.
Oh, wow. Does make the call.
780.
780.
Donnie, with those facial expressions, Weisman must be thinking like, oh, this guy can't be that strong. Seems like,
Yeah, I mean,
like a reluctant call almost.
Yeah, but you kind of see
About $1 million left, Jordan.
these players in the
Little bit.
PLO
Just out.
Yeah, pretty close.
willing to kind of just like see a flop, you know, make sure that they connect in some sort of way and it's not just a total whiff before putting the rest of their money in. You guys can see the equities. Extremely close right now. Let's see what the flop brings.
6, deuce, 8, 2 spades here. Weisman has the spades. Spurlin, disaster flop for him.
Yeah, really good flop here for Weisman. Connects with that 8. He's got those spades, as you mentioned.
All in.
Call.
Oh, wow. Spurlin spews,
Ace king 10
moves
spades.
all
Yeah,
in.
that's pretty good.
And Weisman with the quickest call
Yeah,
in
six,
PLO
yeah,
history.
He didn't even finish saying all in, and Weisman said call.
Wow. Wiseman, top pair, top kicker, has spades to go along with it. Spurlin looking for an offsuit 6, jack, or 9, or his day will be done. But it's been the Jordan Spurlin roller coaster today, so nothing would surprise me at this point. Wiseman, perhaps getting back what he lost earlier versus Guerra, and a 7 of diamonds on the turn is going to give Spurlin additional outs, but still only 25% to survive here. Wiseman looking to get down to heads-up play. Spurlin needing some help. Here's the river. It is the 6 of clubs. And Jordan Spurlin survives once more. It really is his day today. Wow.
25%, 1 card to come. He finds one of those outs that he needed, and Dylan Weisman left speechless, and you cannot really blame him.
995.
Dealer counts down. 995,000 was the shove on the flop, so that additional amount is going over towards Jordan Spurlin. Lautaro Guerra going to still be the chip leader, but now it is Jordan Spurlin firmly in second place, and Dylan Weisman, the tumble down the mountain continues, now below 1 million.
Wow.
It was like within the last half hour, he had over 5.5 million. Lost that huge pot to Guerra, and then it's just continued to snowball in the wrong direction.
Earlier I predicted that Wiseman was a shoo-in for heads-up play. Now, with 15 bigs, he is trailing by so much that he is a shoo-in to be the next one out.
That one there is just a look, you know, earlier calling it off against Guerra, a little bit of a misstep, you know, kind of a misread, miscalculation. He thought he had the best hand, he did not. There, though, I mean, can't help but not feel for him because he was just in a dominating position to be able to win that hand, knock out Jordan Spurlin, take a decent stack into heads-up play against Guerra, but that 6 comes in on the river, smashes Spurlin, and now he's the one feeling great. Still 15 big blinds for Dylan Weisman to work with, so Guerra here limping 7-4-4-3 from the small blind. Weisman 10-8-5-4 in the big.
Wiseman cannot afford any missteps right now. Ace King 7 on the flop. Guerra hits a 7.
75.
Gets to take it down quietly and quickly. If you're with us in the chat, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hit 550,000 subs on the channel yesterday, which is a nice little sort of landmark to cross. Of course, ultimately the goal is to get to 1 million. Guerra raising it up, Ace, King, Queen, 7. Spurlin now with so many chips in front of him. He might have to readjust his whole outlook on poker because he's not had this much room to play.
He's going to get in there against the chip leader.
Okay.
10-7-5, 2 clubs. Spurlin with a 10. Guerra with backdoor spades. And there is one of those spades.
Check. Check.
Check, check once more. 8 of hearts completes the board, and Spurlin's 10s and 4s are best here.
Check.
$2.75.
Guerra's gonna
275.
see if he can get one through here. And quick call from Spurlin, who's gonna chip up even more. Jordan Spurlin trending in the right direction. He is up. He's up like 5 million almost since the day started.
Is this a new level or last hand?
Last one.
Last hand, thank you.
Excuse me, 4 million, of course. Started with 165,000 from his low point.
What do you find? 10?
10-4.
10-4?
Ace 10, 6-4. Yeah.
Get it straight. Right?
I don't think so. Did I?
Thank you. Maybe I could be wrong.
Topper?
What was it, an 8 on the end?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right, you made it straight.
Yeah.
You had a straight. For
Good
sure.
point.
Dylan Weisman gives up his button. I believe this is the last hand of this level before we go to 40,000, 80,000. Sperlin here in the small blind. Ace 7-7-4. Just gives a walk to the chip leader.
Blind top is 40, 80.
Sorry.
Blind top, 40, 80.
Weisman has won 20 hands so far at this final table, and he is the shortest stack. Sperlin has won 14, and Guerra has won 11. Guerra definitely picking his spots right, has won 5 of the last 10 hands, and now holds a commanding chip lead. Look at this. Kings and jacks for Jordan Sperlin.
Call.
Just going to limp here, keeping the pot small.
Okay.
Ace 8, 8 deuce for Weisman. And he is going to check. So we have 3 action here going to the flop.
Good clear.
Top set for Spurlin. Great flop for him. Jack 7-9, giving Guerra
Check.
an inside straight flush draw. Weisman drawing dead. Draw heavy flop.
Check.
Straights and flushes definitely in the mix potentially. And a second set for Spurlin, Donnie, as if one set wasn't enough.
Yeah, you know, you want 2 opportunities to hit quads. You know.
That's so funny.
Check.
Weisman just wants to forget about this hand ever happening. Move on and try to find a better spot.
Check.
Ace of clubs completes the board, and that's Guerra's number that's being dialed. He hits a flush on the river, and Donnie Sperlin showing no aggression, perhaps, you know, weary of Queen
275.
10.
Check. 275.
So interesting that Sperlin has the king of clubs here.
Pot.
1.145.
Oh, wow. Spurlin with the king of clubs doesn't bet when he hit his set, doesn't bet when he hit his second set, and now decides to raise it up on the river. Guerra does have a flush, but Donnie is 9 high. What to do, what to do. Haven't seen any random aggression from Spurlin at all. Has shown down aces a ton of times, but would he check behind on multiple streets with a strong flush draw? That's the question.
I mean, maybe capitalizing here a little bit on your image. Also the fact that you can leverage that king of clubs as a blocker here.
10 seconds.
Get some straights to fold, possibly some lower flushes to fold here. I know we haven't seen too much of this so far from Jordan Spurlin, but appears to be pretty well timed, and now we're going to see if Lautaro Guerra can figure this one out. Guerra came with 240, a pot-sized bet on the river. Spurlin made it 960, pot-sized raise. This was limp from the button and then checked around all the way to the river. And look at this, Guerra's going to give it up.
Spurlin gets it done with the big raise. Donnie, and this is sort of like where the image pays off.
This is. Well done there from Spurlin. Guerra does maintain his lead, but
Yeah, Spurlin crawling closer and closer to the chip lead, which seemed, I don't know, seemed impossible not too long ago.
Raise 240.
All eyes now on Dylan Weisman, who is the man closest to being eliminated. 10-8-5, rainbow flop. Equity's running close.
560.
All in.
Backdoors.
Yep.
Oh,
here we go.
That's a
Yeah,
statement,
yeah,
not a
yeah.
question, but yeah.
You have 1 or 2 pair?
Spurlin
One
moves
pair.
all
Okay.
in.
And a gut shot. 2 backdoor flush draws.
Is your gut shot good?
Wiseman with
Is it?
13
Yeah,
outs.
it looks good.
It's
Yeah.
ace.
Yeah, 7.
7, okay. Looks like a coin flip. My turn.
Spurling ahead with his 10.
Ace.
Double gut shot for Weisman. Jack, a 6, an ace, or a queen would give him the lead here.
All good cards.
Is it finally Wiseman's turn for some good fortune?
9 of
As the
spades is
9 of
spicy
spades hits the turn, and look at this. Weisman has half the deck. 20 outs. It is a 50-50 on the turn. Weisman does need to hit, however. This is a huge river card, and it is the 6 of spades, and Dylan Weisman gets, or I guess uses his turn to double up, and three-handed play will continue.
Is that right? Did I miss one?
You did.
Yep.
It's classic American. The rich trying to short the poor.
Yeah, that's what's going on in this.
Alive.
On the flop, I almost said, you know, spades are not going to get there. But
That's why I said spades. You have to call for it. Was the 6 a straight out for me too then?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Call. Option.
Sperlin limps small blind, ace 10, deuce deuce, double suited. Guerra there on the big with ace jack 10-3, checks.
How's it?
King 3 deuce. The sets continue to come in for Jordan Spurlin. Flops bottom set here. Words of Brent Hanks. Ducks on the pond.
Check. Bet 100.
Spurlin a massive favorite here with his set. Spade hits on the turn. Neither player with a spade. Or I guess neither player with enough spades. Guerra going to take a stab here, holding the jack of spades. The least I can see Spurlin do is call here with his set. Reevaluate on the river. See what Guerra is up to. It's interesting watching Jordan Spurlin, who has a ton more facial expressions than most players I've seen, and he just lets go of his set. He doesn't want the heat. He doesn't want to get into any trouble. And a very conservative fold here on the turn. Of course, better sets were possible. Flush was possible. Not the nicest board for bottom set, but still rather conservative approach there by Jordan Spurlin.
I fold.
Call. Option.
Weisman gets another chance at a free flop. 4-4-6. That is right up Weisman's alley, flopping a full house. Also trips here for Guerra. So Donnie, we could see a potential all-in confrontation here.
Question now will be how Weisman wants to play this. What is the
250.
best pathway, excuse me, to maximizing? Does come with a raise, 250. Guerra makes the call.
5 of hearts hits on the turn. Weisman 87% here to win this hand. An 8 or a 10 could still give Guerra a better hand.
$250.
250.
Weisman goes very small here, perhaps hoping to induce something here.
Maybe induce, maybe get a call. Just try and get value from this hand.
All in. Call.
Wow, Guerra moves all in, and the enticing layup there by Weisman was happily smashed down by Guerra, only to find out the bad news that he's looking for a 10 or an 8. Dylan Weisman, 1 card away from his second double up, and this is about to be a very even match, Donnie.
Guerra looking for a 10 or an 8. And will be heads up, if not, as you just mentioned. About as even as we've seen it.
Absolutely.
During 3-handed play.
Weisman very pleased with the way this money went in. 5 outs here for Guerra. River card coming. It is the king of spades, and Dylan Weisman doubles up a second time, and this is going to completely change the dynamics at this final table. He is now up to 2.7 million. Guerra is sitting on 4.1, and Sperlin still has 3.6.
930, right?
930.
Yeah.
One purple.
930.
Nice one.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in, please smash
You
that
have
like
now
button.
2.5.
I'll let you know. I think more.
Means a lot to our YouTube channel. Shortest stack, 34 bigs. Biggest stack, 52 bigs. Deep stacked, short-handed tournament PLO.
2.6.
Gotta love it.
Oh yeah. Call.
Call option.
Jordan, how much do you have?
Got
Weisman limps in here
3.725.
from the small blind.
3.725.
Sperlin
Is it?
checks his option from the big blind. Ace 6-5 rainbow.
$120.
Bet. Bet 120.
Weisman comes here with a lead, 120,000. Sperlin flopped a 6. He's got backdoor hearts. He's also got a straight draw. He's in there for the 120. Would love if we can hit 150 likes on the video by the end of this hand. So hit that like button if you would be so kind. 5 here pairs the board on the turn. Weisman now trip 5s. He is first act, 480,000 out there.
10 seconds.
240.
Bet
Half
240.
pot from Weisman. Paired board now. Also a couple diamonds out there. Spurlin has no diamonds. Might be a signal to him to just get out of the way here. Spurlin does duck out of the way. Look at that. You guys got us up over 150 likes before the end of the hand. Way to go. Pat yourself on the back. PokerGo's first ever MTT strategy workshop is coming up in just over a week's time. About a week and a half out, you guys can learn from Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger and Andrew Moreno right here at the PokerGo studio. For more information and information on how to get yourself a ticket, get.pokergo.com/strategy. Part of the ticketed price is a satellite to the first event of the U.S. Poker Open, where 2 seats will be up for grabs. 2 $5,000 seats. So we are giving back $10,000 from the tickets that we're pulling in for that. So you guys get 2 days of top-level coaching
240.
from those guys, and then
240.
a satellite tournament as well. Weisman on the button. Ace, king, 5, deuce. Going to try and make it 2 in a row for him. Comes in with the raise. Guerra makes the call. What are you do? What is that?
This is
Vanilla Coke Zero, huh?
Vanilla Coke Zero. Yes.
Look at you.
The best. The best. For some reason, Vanilla Coke Cherry is easy to find. Vanilla Coke Zero is very hard to find.
Bet here on the flop from Weisman. Takes it down, so starting to get a little bit of momentum. Weisman was down to like what, 700K, 600K not too long ago. Is now second in chips. He's moved back ahead of Jordan Sperlin, and this leaderboard is extremely close.
Chop it up, boys. 3-way even chop, and let's hop into the KO. By the way, that event is quickly growing. Event number 7. $15,000 PLO progressive bounty. Now 65 entries so far, 32 players left. Daniel Negreanu in the mix, has a huge stack here in the early goings.
You'd love to see it. Last year, just to give everyone a little bit of an idea of what we may see tomorrow for the final table of that event that we'll be streaming here on PokerGo YouTube channel and elsewhere, but Adam Hendricks won it. They were heads up. They had both. It was Daniel Ging, who won the series, and Adam Hendricks got heads up. They had locked up $172,000 in prize money, and they were playing for $300,000 in bounties.
Oh my God.
240.
They wound up deciding to chop the bounties, but that's the type of thing that we're going to get tomorrow. That's a
wild.
lot of money, right? So with the way that that field is going, I feel like we're trending in that direction to see quite the bounties. Of course, the progressive bounties do play quite big overall. Back to the action here. Guerra limped the small blind, ace-10, 8-5. Does have the ace-5 of clubs. Weisman made it 240. With ace-king, king-jack, Guerra came along. 10-9-6 here. These equities are extremely close. Check, check here. 6 comes in to pair the board on the turn. Also brings a second club. Another check from Guerra.
$280.
Bet 280.
This is part of the difficulty with pot limit Omaha, Donnie. Not the ideal board for kings, but still you got to protect them because they could still be ahead against many different draws. The only hand he's really in trouble against, of course, is a 6 of some kind. 7-8, of course, has him in a lot of trouble. But other than that, in this three-handed battle, there's lots of ways in which Weisman is still ahead.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what Guerra decides to come with here. I could kind of see all options on the table in some way, shape, or form. Look at this. This looks like it could be check raise. I love it. Look at that.
Raise.
He's got that 8, so he's doing his own blocking of the 7-8, right? He probably can have some 6s in his hand as well.
125.
1.125 million for Guerra. And there
Look
it
at
is.
that. Gets it through.
Weisman kicks the kings into the muck.
These guys are so good. I mean, I know, like, I guess technically Weisman folded the best hand there, but I mean, it's, you got to tip your cap to Lautaro there. I mean, that was some good stuff. Dylan Weisman now back to third on the leaderboard, 2.8 million for him. Guerra back up over 4 million with that pot. Again, players guaranteed here, $106,000 in prize money. Second place, just under 149,000, and then up top for the winner, $229,500. If Dylan Weisman is able to find his way to the winner's circle here, he would move to the top of the series leaderboard and the season-long PGT leaderboard. So some added implications at play for Weisman.
Of course, that leaderboard being season-long will be hotly contested for all remaining months of this year. But last year, we saw a fun, little heated battle for those final few spots, Donnie, and any points you can gather right now are points you don't have to get towards the end of the year.
Definitely. And as things pertain to Dylan Weisman, you know, having the start to the year that he's had on the PGT, could see Mr. Weisman continue to play a wide variety of a schedule. You know, he kind of was known all the time as only PLO, right?
Yep.
Then he started getting a little bit more into the mixed game stuff. Obviously, he'll dabble in no limit hold'em here and there, but if depending on his positioning in the PGT standings, you know, it just could motivate him a little bit further to play everything that the PGT is offering. He can play everything. He is good enough, of course. Try and get as many points as possible. Of course, qualify for that $1 million free roll. You know, also get the Player of the Year title.
Check.
3 aces for Sperlin.
That is not trips.
And 3 sevens.
Oh my God! That's
Look at
funny.
this.
Hard for these players to hit a set. Aces, of course, looking quite all right on this board.
Check.
Yeah, Spurlin probably not going to get too crazy here. This was limped and checked, so.
Bet 100.
Guerra with his king, feeling as though he might have a chance here.
Call.
Action goes check, check to the river. Check, check again.
Three
Guerra
pieces.
hoping that king is going to be good. Spurlin going to show the aces off. Take this one down.
Also a boat. Wow, voted for both. That's wild.
777, no bluff.
What the? What the? Okay. I was about to be very confused, mildly disappointed. That card makes the most sense. It's the only card, literally, right? Has to be. Well, this has been fun. Some shit.
We're all surviving. Trading chips around.
You are running hard. You called it yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been saving up my luck hardcore.
I'm sad that it's happening right now, but I'm also like kind of happy for you because you're a good dude, and kind of sad you're not dead right now. A little bit of A, a little bit of
That's
B.
acceptable.
Yeah, more than kind of sad, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way about you.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly.
Poker is such a game full of conflict. You want your friends and the people you like to do well, but not if it's going to cost you any money.
Yeah. Yep.
Payouts available in the description on
Lautaro
YouTube.
was
But just as a
happy we both thought he
reminder,
was full of shit.
106,000 for
You're just
third,
happy we both thought you're full of shit.
148 for second, and
I was so positive you had
229
two
for
queens
first.
in your hand that hand. You had an ace with it, so it hurt me.
10 seconds.
Check.
Where's it?
That's a flip
Lautaro.
flop between
Lautaro. I'm trying.
Lautaro Guerra, however you want to say it. We know the guy we're talking about. From Spain all the way to Las Vegas to show the kids how it's done.
At 80.
Guerra bets 80,000 and Weisman's going to call. Both players with speculative hands on this board. That 8 on the river is going to give Guerra the winning combination.
Yeah, but if Weisman's calling the turn here with his hand, I would imagine he's
400.
got some sort of aspiration to do something here.
Well,
King, queen, jack, 6 with 1 suit for Guerra, limps on the button.
Call.
Weisman calls in the small blind.
Pot.
Here we go. Spurlin finds the ace, king, queen, 4 double suited. Makes it 320. That is the pot.
Spurlin selective with his hand choice, which of course is something you can only encourage in the great game of Pot Limit Omaha. But his timing has also been on point at this final table, finding the right hands at the right time. But Guerra is not gonna get out of the way so fast. He's gonna call in position, which of course helps a lot. Let's see if the flop is gonna find a way to get these guys to clash for more. Ace 5-8 probably not gonna do it. Great flop for Spurlin if you consider Guerra's hands.
Yeah, good flop here for Spurlin. Backdoor nut diamonds and nut spades as well to go along with that ace. Likely see him come with a bet here, would be my guess.
Pot.
There it is.
And that's quickly going to take care of his
I
opponents.
either had you dead or you had me dead that hand. One of the two. I probably had you dead that time.
Yeah, Weisman would have flopped bottom set of 5s.
Only it wasn't tri-suit.
Try suit.
Try suit.
Finally, it's
Yep.
about time he said it. Guy comes in here the other day, gives us a new phrase, and then just say, waits 2.5 hours to give it to us again.
2 new pieces of terminology I've learned during this PLO series: the try suit and the Skittles.
Yeah, but Skittles was Aryeh?
No, that was
Who was the Skittles? I can't remember.
oh god, I'm the worst.
Arthur Morris.
Arthur Morris, yes. My
I knew he
brain-
was sitting in the 6th
Yeah,
seat.
I
I was
was-
trying to picture who was in the 6th seat. Who was in the 6th seat?
Oh my god. First I was thinking Isaac Kempton, but
Weisman here limps the button. Ace 9, 8 deuce. Does have the ace 9 of hearts. Spurlin's going to call from the small blind. 7-7-5-3 with clubs. Guerra here in the big blind. Wastes little time in potting, and that is why. King, king, queen, 9 with diamonds.
wow. Weisman with the try suit. Ace 9, 8 deuce. Donnie, if that deuce had been any closer to the 8, we might have seen some play, but this time around, that's going to end up in the muck.
Been 3-handed here for a while now.
You're supposed to draw, right? Or no?
We draw 4 minutes left.
Oh,
So
okay.
not including this hand.
Okay. I thought it was 5.
When it's 3-handed.
Oh,
We
okay.
are split the,
And it can only be 3 hands now, right, Rui? Up to
we draw one smoothly.
1 through 3, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
4 minutes left.
Yep. It changes at 3.
I have made it to the final 3, but I guess I forgot that.
It's been a minute.
No, it's last time. I got 3rd twice last time.
In the last PLO series?
Yeah. 3rd in 2 of the non-streamed events. One of the fake, not actual PGT events.
That's why no one knows
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't count if it's not on TV, Donnie.
That's right.
What?
If a tree falls over in the woods and no one's there to see it,
Yeah, exactly. Nice one here for Guerra. Comes in with a raise. Queen Jack 9-8. Love these types of hands in PLO.
oh yeah.
Carrie also had the footage of that 10K PLO scrubbed from the internet, so it doesn't exist anymore.
Which one was that?
I think it was 2021. I'd have to
We
check.
also have 1 hand.
I mean, it exists.
Great job.
It's just
One is
where
perfect.
does it exist?
Yeah, it was definitely 2021.
Was it
Wait,
the
what?
The WSOP.
WSOP? Oh, that's the one you got. That's the one you got. Wait, so
Second.
the one you got second and got scrubbed
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's the one he blundered on.
Well, what do you mean he blundered?
Wait,
No, I don't know why it's actually gone. I think it's technical.
Was he on?
issues.
Was he on the final table?
No.
Okay, never
No,
mind.
no.
then.
I was just joking about Carrie.
Because there was one thing that I think that actually I don't know if you're watching this, Carrie. I'm sorry, maybe
Yeah.
not.
I don't mean to impugn Carrie. He's actually great, and I'm sure it's not his fault that the video is gone.
I just want to point out
Thanks,
that,
Carrie. Don't kill
Carrie, if
PokerGO.
you
We
are
love you.
listening, not watching, the players are saying this, not the commentators. Just want to point that out.
I'm now very, very curious what Jordan Spurlin is referencing to. So I'm gonna dive into our archives, Donnie, and see if I can find anything.
Check. $225.
You guys need the full 10 minutes? You want the full 10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, well,
10 is not
look
that
at
long.
this. We have reached a break in the action. We have to take the break. We have no more delay to cut out, so no time travel on today's stream. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you in a few.
I have 375.
And that sort of stuff. I mean, here and there, you get the beer level on the WSB main event, stuff like that. I actually think Parsonen was kind of toasty during one of his runs at a big PLO event at the World Series. But hey, have some fun.
Exactly. These guys,
Here
all
we
of
go.
them, have been playing high stakes for a very long time. For them, this is much more normal than it is for us. And here we have Ruben with kings, and Kaiser finds aces in the small blind.
Yeah, I think Ruben's probably just too sure he's going to have to get his money in here, and he does just that. Here we go.
Why is it always that kings run into aces? It is absurd. We saw it yesterday as well, and now it is Bradley Ruben at risk with the king, 10-7. He has diamonds going for him, but Kaiser covers a lot of what could be to come
Are you
with
feeling
both
lucky?
cards and spades.
I don't know. We'll see after the flop if I have a chance.
67% chance for Kaiser to send Ruben to the rail. These stacks very similar. If Ruben somehow manages to win this, Kaiser will be the shortest stack at the table, and an ace in the window right away with two diamonds behind it. So this keeps things almost as if we were still pre-flop. Kaiser adding 1% to his chances to win. Ruben adding 10 outs to find a double up here. Turn card is 8 of clubs, adding even more outs.
You probably
With
want to see
just
a
one
diamond,
card to
right?
come.
Probably. Even when the pair's a board, that's fine. Any diamond.
Ruben now, 30% to survive. River card is the
Good
jack
guys, good
of
luck.
hearts. Full house for Ronald Kaiser, and Bradley Ruben is our next casualty. He gets eliminated in 5th place. Ruben collects $33,475, and of
Don't
course,
forget your bounties. Brett.
get this thing down to heads up play. Exactly that. Agarwal limping in. Negrano calls, and we have three-way action goes to the flop with Firth at risk. It was all in from the big blind. King 9-9 on the flop. I mean, Firth at least has a king. Agarwal, however, has a 9. So, bad news.
Buddy protection? No.
You're like, this will not happen.
Full house now for Agarwal. He's got a lock on this one.
I'm not drawn
Agarwal
dead,
gets 300K.
but I'm just gonna fold.
I probably have it.
Man, still wasn't drawn dead.
He was, because the queen
Club.
of clubs is the
Oh no,
card
you have
for
full
how
house.
to need it.
Never mind. I had the queen clubs. Oh, you did. I had 10 jack of clubs. I was drawn dead. That's sick.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
that's dead. Not even a 7.
With that,
Good game, guys.
GG.
Firth eliminated. Bruno Firth,
Good game, buddy.
nice showing here at this final table. Collects $64,900 for his third place finish. Agarwal finds aces. He said he was more of an under the gun player, so
here we go.
This suits him just fine.
He should have said,
Under the gun
I'm under the gun now, this is my spot. And then, boom, raise.
All right. Well, what am I even looking for? We got to go with that, right? No, no.
Well, what if you have
Oh,
quads?
no. We gotta look and make sure we don't have quads.
Get like 4
we don't have
threes.
quads. We don't have quads. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe me and Bruno get out of line.
Firth makes the call from
We
the
have
small blind.
something.
Muller's in there. He is all in.
Something if you did that.
Mad quad deuces.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Muller at risk. Jack is going to be hard to find, but there's still one available as King 7 Deuce rolls off the deck. Agarwal's aces still in the lead here. Muller does pick up a flush draw. He's the only one with clubs. Quick check, check. 6 of spades on the turn. Ace is still in the lead here, but only by a narrow margin.
Bet 500.
So beautiful.
Agarwal betting.
All right, the
500K.
protection for
Firth
the triple
folds.
up. We have aces with I got lots of outs, guys.
I would imagine.
I got lots of outs. Jack, a
17
club,
outs for Muller.
That's
a
the
9, a 4.
Oh no, 4 or 9. Jeez, you have everything.
You're a real hand.
I can't lose, Daniel.
I don't think you can.
Famous last words, right?
I really don't see how you lose.
I just really hope it's not a 9. I hope you win a different way. Like not a
9
9.
makes
Yeah,
you-
the
8, 10?
8-10.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Muller at risk here. 1.35 million in the middle. 17
Yeah,
outs.
I knew it
Can
was
someone in
yeah.
the chat tell me what's the most outs you can have in PLO without being
That's you.
ahead?
Good game, guys.
And here it is, 5 of hearts on the river. Muller misses all his draws. Members,
Let's go.
5 to 9 and SD. Shout outs aplenty if you are a member of our YouTube community. Negrano here, Queen, Jack 7-5.
750.
And there it is, 750 again. The new term I learned today is tri-suit, meaning you have 3 different suits, which also means you have one suited combo. In this case, Negrano has that tri-suit. Here's the flop. Jack 5, 10. 2 clubs. Clubs for Agarwal. Jacks and 5s for Negrano. He bets pot. Oh boy. Given Agarwal's aggressive style leading up to this point during the heads-up battle, I could see him get involved here.
Yeah, I mean, this might just end up getting in. Yeah, here we go.
Wow. Agarwal raises pot. Negrano deciding for his tournament life. 2 pair.
Yeah, I mean, his mannerisms there. I mean, Daniel doesn't like it or love it, but we can see he's got 58% here. He looks pretty
think I can
good,
fold.
so I think the money's ultimately going to go in, and Daniel's going to be a bit surprised at, you know, where he is in this hand maybe. But
4 million.
he did say, you know, I kind of wish I checked behind. So
Any back doors? Back door is shut. Back door is shut.
It's kind of interesting how Negrano has 1 club and Agarwal has 1 club he
3
doesn't
outs?
need.
You have
So
that?
there's 2 fewer outs for Agarwal on that flush draw. This thus ends up being an all-in.
2 outs if you have that. All right, I'm in. I'm all in. Yeah.
You're live, probably. I mean,
Here we
I can't
go.
draw.
Wow.
Yeah, you have the draw. Okay. I have jacks up. I was like,
Oh,
if you
okay,
have jack
yeah,
10
good call.
or 10-10, I'm dead. But now, what do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have? You have a 9 or a club?
Nine
now you feel pretty good.
I'm okay.
And I got 3
Yeah.
clubs.
And I have
Exactly.
1 club.
Oh.
Negreanu removing an out here from Agarwal, who needs a club or a 9.
Yeah, dude, but
huge turn card coming up. Let us know in the chat. Call for your cards.
So this is pretty much, am I all in or are you?
no, I think you have more.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 5.7 here. Yeah, you got more.
Negreanu is the player at risk. Turn card.
Ooh,
7 of diamonds.
Holy smokesies.
Wow.
He picked up the wrap. Oh. Okay, so pair the board, I guess?
50-50 here.
20 outs.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
50-50, one card
Oh, I
to
have
go.
a 7 too, right. Oh, so the 7 of clubs is no good for you anymore.
Oh, okay.
That.
Half the deck
Well, it's a fair fight.
for Agarwal
Deuce
to
of
end it
spades.
right here.
Whatever happens.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
happens.
it's
We
fine.
did it. You know,
Yeah,
we did what we
it.
did. The cards played themselves.
Oh my God. What a draw here for Agarwal.
And it
River card,
fucking held.
ace
Oh,
of
baby.
hearts.
Wow. Okay.
And
so this is
Negreanu
1,
somehow fades it.
2, 3, 4
Oh,
million.
baby is right.
5 million. 5.75.
Poker finds a double up, and it's a big one.
Nice.
That turn card. Yeah.
What
I
a
dodged
massive
another one earlier with
run
ace
out.
king with Dylan.
That's quite a hold. Quite a hold. Agarwal's going to be left with just 1.5 million.
550.
Firth coming in with a raise here. 550,000 on the button. Action over to the chip leader, Negreanu in the big blind. He's in there for a call. Heads up here to the flop. Queen, 9, 6, rainbow. Top 2 pair for Negreanu, queens and 9s. That 9 on the turn, improving Daniel to a full house. He cannot lose this hand as long as he doesn't fold. Daniel is first, 1.4 out there. 450,000 is the wager. Firth here is operating with 2 pair, queens and 9s with that king kicker. Also has a gutter to a straight, but it would of course be no good if he hits it because Daniel's got a full house. He's in there though, making the call. 7 of diamonds on the river. 2.3 million out there. Let's see what sort of sizing Daniel comes with here.
With the stacks all running as close as they currently are, every single hand having massive implications. Firth
1.7.
does have a queen.
On the heftier side, which, at least from first initial reaction, seems like he's a little bit surprised. Piqued his interest quite a bit. 1.7 into 2.3. This does represent just about half of what Firth has behind. Makes the call. He's going to get shown the bad news here.
Wow, massive pickup for Negreanu. Welcome back inside the PokerGO studio for live action here. PGT PLO Series 2024. We're playing Pot Limit Omaha. The buy-in is $10,000. We have 3 contenders still in the mix. Lautaro Guerra, Jordan Spurlin, and
Are we
Dylan
supposed to put
Wisman
our phones over there?
Yeah.
battling
Okay.
for
I've just had mine in my pocket.
top prize. These players all very familiar with each other's styles. It's been quite a roller coaster as far as the chip counts go. And right now, as it stands, it's anyone's game. Weisman the short stack. Sperlin comfortably in the second, and Guerra is our chip leader with 5 million chips. Final 3 guaranteed $106,000, 148 for second and 229 for first. If you're still with us in the chat, We very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Daniel Negreanu highlights that you just saw on the break, that whole stream is available on our YouTube channel as well. Just navigate on over to the live tab and you'll be able to rewatch that.
He's crushing, by the way.
In the KO.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his overall chip lead.
Wow.
With the chips take up half the table.
That's what we love to see. Negreanu winning an event here 2 days ago. He's definitely a hometown hero these days. Doesn't travel all that much, but is always here at the studio. Spurlin going for value here with Queen 10. Shows the 2 pair and gets to rake this one in. In case you're just tuning in, we are live. My name is Remko Rinkema, Donnie Peters alongside me. Lines 50K, 100K. Sperlin getting dealt 4 diamonds. Can imagine that might end up in the muck. Weisman with a monster hand here. Ace, king, queen, queen. However, it is Skittles, so not the best combination. Ace, king, jack, 5, tri-suit. So now I got to use Skittles and tri-suits on back-to-back hands. I am happy. I will now return to the regular programming.
Could see a clash here. Ace, king, jack, 3 for Sperlin. Pots it after the limp from Weisman. I think I would expect Weisman to repot here, and then we'll see if these two want to get the money in or not.
Donnie, what's better, a 3 or a 5?
Oh, I mean, a 5 is bigger. It's too bigger than a 3.
But the spades.
Yeah. Weisman does re-raise.
Action back on Spurlin in this big blind. 2 very similar hands here.
Here we go.
So you have aces again?
I actually don't this time.
Oh, that's sick. I have ace, king, jack.
I have ace, king, jack too.
Okay. You have clubs?
No clubs. Spades.
I have clubs. Okay.
Spades versus clubs is basically.
I feel like it's not a chop.
This
We'll see who
run out.
wins.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be a chop. Though.
Really?
I feel like you're gonna win
Weisman
it.
says
Really?
chop. Sperlin says he doesn't think it's going to be a
think
chop, so
2
let's
clubs on
see.
the flop.
Wow. I'll take it.
Why
what he
isn't
wants.
one of them standing up?
These players are too seasoned to stand up. Worry about that nonsense.
All right, here's the flop. 5,
it's not a
deuce,
chop.
7, 1 club.
Pay the board then.
5 for Weisman. Sperlin looking for a 4. Amazing flop for Weisman with 2 such similar hands. This almost always resulting in a chop.
I'm good.
8 of hearts on
Teleport
the
again.
turn.
I know you didn't do it that time. Do your best,
Sperlin
Matt.
looking for a 4 and a 4 only, or this match will be down to heads-up play. River card.
2.1.
The king of diamonds. And Weisman gets the double up. Spurlin now the short stack with 1.7 million. Of course, he had some left behind. What a roller coaster this has been for Jordan Spurlin. He'll probably be happy to get at least third, but still,
4.3.
he's had some chances to do even greater things.
It's one of those spots where, you know, coming into today being as short as he was, 6 out of 6, very much the shortest stack returning. If you would have said you're going to get third, he says, great,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Then he runs it up very nicely, and then it's like, okay, I got a chance to actually go on and do bigger things. I could possibly win this thing. I'm right in the match. So, yeah. Weisman here. Gonna limp this one. Ace, king, queen, deuce.
Say it, Donnie.
Say what?
Say it.
Tri-suit.
Tri-suit.
KB.
There it is.
Oh, Sperlin's raising this one for sure.
Oh boy, we might see back-to-back big showdowns here as Spurlin finds pocket kings.
So
Raises
he's
the
gonna
pot.
pot it. If Guerra gets out of the way here, I would expect Weisman puts this in.
Watching all these final tables has such a been great learning experience for me as someone who doesn't play a whole lot of Pot Limit Omaha.
Pot.
But just picking up on the patterns here, Donnie, and you read it correctly. Weisman with the repot, and now Spurlin playing for his tournament life. He calls the all-in.
Wow.
Ace King King versus Ace King Queen.
These are really big hands.
Big hands keep
It's
clashing.
spades now.
Spurlin
Right,
the
spades
favorite to double up yet again.
I'll take an ace and chop.
He is.
Ace would lead
How do you feel about
towards
this
a
one?
chop
I
a
think
lot
I'm
of the
gonna
time.
I want to chop. Do you have an ace?
Yeah.
You did?
Really?
Yeah, maybe just saying it to fuck with me.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure
Oh,
you
he had ace, jack, something.
You have a queen? You have a jack, a pen?
Jack.
Yeah. You got like ace, jack, jack, jack. That would be
Hey,
pretty.
Jack 5-3. If you want to know.
5-3, that's great.
All right, here comes the flop. Spurlin at risk.
Okay.
10-9
You said you had a jack?
deuce.
Oh, I have a deuce.
Yeah, the deuce is gonna be.
Oh,
Deuce
I
is gonna
didn't
be
see the
crucial.
deuce. That's a good card.
11 outs for
that's a good
Weisman.
one.
A jack, a deuce, an ace, or a queen would send Spurlin to the rail. Weisman looking to improve. Spurlin looking to hold up here as his kings are currently still in the lead. Turn card. The deuce of spades. Oh my god. Disaster for Spurlin, who was looking for the last king in the deck.
I know, I don't have very many outs.
Yeah, it's one out.
Only one out for
I
Spurlin.
did hit
Oh,
a one in
Weisman
this tournament. All right.
Don't do it
will
again.
be heads up.
Quack, quack.
Wow. Jordan Spurlin was about to be back in the match, but this is about to send him to the
game,
rail,
Jordan.
and the 3 of clubs will seal it. Jordan Spurlin gets eliminated in third place. That means he collects $106,250. And Dylan Weisman
4.2
is going to rake this one in. The final two guaranteed $148,000, as we are now going to see a heads-up battle for about $80,000.
You have
Good game.
6.5.
I think so. Good playing, Cookie Man. You played really well.
Thank you.
Donnie, two PLO juggernauts going head-to-head here.
That is correct. And whoever wins this one moves to the top of the series leaderboard.
Okay.
3, 5.56, 6.2.
These two players have
Okay, good
locked
luck.
up just about $149,000 in prize money. There is $229,500 up top.
That deuce was. I didn't even see the deuce on the flop, and I was like, oh my god. It's the nastiest card.
Yeah, it was a good
about-
flop for you.
About an
it's about as good
$80,000
as-
pay
he
jump
has-
here.
You're gonna be the flop.
This one?
Oh, have them. Yeah. This happens every time. Do you want me here?
Getting the trophy brought to the table here as we look at PokerGO Play.
Okay,
Scan the QR code on your screen or get it through the App Store or on Google Play.
You don't want to hold that up?
PokerGO Play is free to play. You can start playing right now if you want to get involved. PokerGoPlay.com, get in the game.
This will be mine. That's first.
Here, Weisman in the background already. We're going to play heads up here for a lot of cash, and these players then probably likely jumping straight into the Progressive Knockout Tournament. The Progressive Knockout has had an amazing turnout so far, 68 entries already, and Daniel Negreanu is our chip leader with 1.5 million chips. Are you kidding me? That's like a final table
1 and
stack.
1, right?
And they have 26 players remaining.
Yeah, the chips are flying over there in that PKO. Can't wait to see that final table tomorrow. Right here, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m.
Are you skipping the bounty?
Or sorry, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Vegas
I said
time.
you skipping the bounty?
I mean, more likely, no?
Yeah, I think so. I think you might be able to max it, but...
Come on, guys. You can't just skip tournaments. Especially a tournament as juicy as the Progressive Bounty.
Yeah, but one of the issues there is bounty tournaments is you come in late, you're at a pretty big disadvantage chip-wise.
Ian Matakis earlier was one of the top stacks in that event. Negreanu acquired his chip lead by sending Matakis to the rail.
In a double KO.
Yeah. All right, chat, let me know who is going to take this down. Pretty even match here at the final table. $700K in the middle here. Guerra with the check mark. But something tells me this is not for value. Guerra takes it down. So far in the poll, 82% thinking that Weisman is going to win this. Lots of confidence in
Bunch of homers.
The man who's done it many times here inside the studio.
Bunch of homers. Just betting on the guy with the chip lead, betting on the guy on home soil. I mean, come on.
Yeah, where are the Spanish poker fans? By the way,
Yeah, Lautaro the God.
Got some cool news.
You're going to Spain?
Well, yeah, I wish. I wish. We are launching on YouTube, Facebook, on Instagram, and TikTok. We are launching PokerGO Spain.
Oh, you're basically going to Spain.
Coming
You're virtually going to Spain.
Coming soon, PokerGO Spain. The YouTube channel is already active. No videos on there just yet. We are working on it. But PokerGO Spain is coming, and we will have live commentary on the US Poker Open in Spanish. Okay.
Queen Jack.
Huh?
Queen Jack.
Queen Jack. It's okay. Good.
Weisman gonna take
I think
this
you have to
one.
actually show because you're first. But I showed anyways. Whatever. You're supposed to show first.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you already showed, then he doesn't have to show.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Out of position shows first.
Okay.
you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got tons more action still to come. Tomorrow, that progressive bounty final table, 25K final table on Friday. That's going to be a nightly affair, Donnie. Do you look at the schedule?
I mean, whatever.
Friday night, starting at 6 p.m.
Whatever. Friday Night Lights, baby. Let's go.
Friday Night Lights, clear eyes, full hearts. Can't lose. That's actually a great topic. What's the best TV show that you've like rewatched of all time? Friday Night Lights is one of my all-time favorites. Not the movie, but the TV show.
You don't like the movie?
I do like the movie. But
James Van Der Beek?
The TV show.
The girl in the whipped cream bikini?
Right, but I think the TV show is way better. Riggins, Taylor Kitsch, Kyle Chandler, big fan. Almost $1 million in the middle here. Nobody with a 4.
10 seconds.
Guerra, however, doesn't need the 4. He's already flopped the full house. Weisman made it 300K before the flop. Guerra called on the button after limping.
750.
And now Weisman bets the flop. Guerra raises, and Weisman folds immediately. Also, Jesse Plemons, Donnie, that was like his breakout show, Friday Night Lights. He's in every single movie right now as the bad guy, I feel like. Also on Breaking Bad, of course.
I feel like somebody from that cast got into poker, but I don't know why I think that.
Huh.
Could just be a totally stupid thought of mine. I have many of those, but like, I feel like I went to like a charity event or something, and they were like, so-and-so from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, wasn't
like,
it Scott Porter? I think it was Scott Porter.
I mean, maybe.
Three, deuce, king, all diamonds. No diamonds to go around here. Weisman with a pair of kings ahead here, but it's potentially a question of who will stab first.
175.
Guerra bets 175. Weisman doesn't even have a single diamond to potentially block some opportunity here, but he is going to come along. Board pairs on the turn with the deuce. Let's see if Guerra is going to continue firing here.
Check.
Looks like Guerra has maybe given up on this one.
$850.
And look at this, Weisman
Yeah,
taking
850.
control, betting 850, and he takes this one down. Weisman holding on to his chip lead, but still a very even fight. Donnie, you're being called out on your
Whatever.
on switching your football movies.
They're all the same.
Varsity Blues, Friday Night Lights. Same, I guess.
Same. I always thought Friday Night Lights was like some sort of weird spin-off of Varsity Blues.
Wait, so you've never watched Friday Night Lights?
No, I've never seen. My wife wants me to watch it with her, but I'm
Dude,
like, whatever.
The TV show is like top tier.
Yeah, I mean, she pushes it on me all the time, and I'm just like, I just don't
Maybe
want
listen to your wife for a change. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm being told that it's the other way around. Friday Night Lights is the true story. Varsity Blues is the parody. So if they're connected, then I'm technically right in what I was saying. I mean, I'm not going to claim to be an expert on that sort of stuff, but I thought there was like some sort of weird connection between the two.
I did not know this. I've never seen Varsity Blues.
I've seen Varsity Blues. I mean, that's one of those movies that like it's just on TV.
But isn't it like American Pie? Kind of like a...
well, American Pie is a comedy. I mean, Varsity Blues is like, at least I haven't seen it forever, but I don't think it's a comedy.
I thought it was like
it's kind of funny,
like
but
a
at times.
like a mock type movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like, I think they also kind of try to be serious with the story. I mean, the guy like takes over as the QB and like becomes the star, and
right.
You know, I mean, it's also kind of stupid, but yeah.
We still got a heads-up battle going on here. Lots of small pots being played. These guys are just carefully picking their spots. What's the best football movie? And is it Remember the Titans? Or We Are Marshall?
Probably Remember the Titans.
Those movies are
I don't know, man. Any Given Sunday's up there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, does The Last Boy Scout count?
Rudy.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
my fiance grew up in the same neighborhood where the actual Rudy lived. Rudy Rudiger. Guerra here on the button, limping in, and this has sort of been the theme. Lots of small pots, lots of post-flop play here. Stacks are still fairly deep, 62 big blinds versus 43 big blinds. 7-7-3 on this flop. Once again, a case of aggression will likely take it down. Oh, now we got some suggestions in the chat. The longest yard, any given Sunday. Waterboy.
Waterboy is a funny one.
Draft day.
That's horrible, I heard. I never saw it because people talk so badly about that movie that I was like, I'm never going to watch it.
Wait, what was that movie I watched that was in the movie theater that was like horrendous? Also a football movie.
Little Giants. Does that count?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's not a movie you would have seen. That's like my age, young kids.
Oh, you know what? One of the worst movies I've ever seen in the movie theater, American Underdog.
Is that the Kurt Warner one?
Yes, and it is absolutely atrocious. It's
never saw it, but I can.
It's like
I can imagine.
It's like a Hallmark movie. That was so bad. Oh, what about The Blind Side?
I'm a fan of The Replacements.
Yes, that's good too.
I like that one, especially the kicker.
Have you seen We Are Marshall?
Yeah.
That's really good too. Deke with the all-timer. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Does that qualify? I mean, I guess that qualifies.
Laces Out, baby. It's one of my all-time favorites. I had that on VHS. It was on a purple VHS. When I was very young, one of my favorite movies. Queen 5-6. Board pairs queens on the turn. Lots of small pots, as I said. And this time, Guerra bets 100K. Weisman makes the
I see
call.
it. I'm sorry, I didn't get to see it. Thank you.
Weisman maintaining and extending his chip lead just a little bit.
I'm for sure the worst at movies. Like I just never really remember them. I kind of all think they're the same, in a way. Like,
do you watch a lot of movies though?
I mean, yes, but like, it's.
Thank you.
It's very rare that I ever like come out of a movie and I'm like, that was the greatest thing in the world. But it's also very rare that I'm like, that was the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Like they're kind of all just like, okay. I think it's just like when I go into a movie, I want to see it ahead of time, so I just like set a baseline expectation that I'm just probably gonna like it no matter what.
Right. But are you a distracted movie watcher where you're like on your phone half the time or doing the dishes and?
No. If I actually want to watch it, then yeah, like it's the first time. But like sometimes I'll throw on a movie or whatever, and then wash the dishes or clean the house or whatever, and it'll just be on the background. Like Ocean's 11 or something.
Oh my God, I've seen Ocean's 11.
I know
at
you
least
have
a dozen times. I've seen that movie more than Rounders.
Yeah, you can just put it like have it
Always.
on. Yeah.
Always have it on.
I told President Maury Escandani the other day, we need to, at PokerGO, I feel like we should acquire the rights to Rounders.
Yes.
Like, how do we make that happen?
I have Brian Koppelman's phone number.
Yeah, let's make that happen. I feel like it changes subscription platforms like every couple months. It's on like a different one.
Yeah.
So why don't we just get it?
At my parents' house, there's still a DVD of Rounders.
I have a DVD of Rounders too.
Yeah.
I do.
I think for some reason the poker movies or like the Vegas or gambling type movies are so rewatchable, and maybe that's because I'm just interested in the general topic. But like Casino and Rounders and Ocean's 11 and like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they're so rewatchable. Even The Hangover, like watched it so many times.
Did you watch Army of the Dead?
I did. That's right up my alley.
With the wrestler, right?
Yeah. What's the name? Who's
I
also
can't remember
in,
his name.
He's also in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I like that movie.
That's a great movie. But it's such an easy watch.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
My wife didn't make it through that one. She was over it.
Oh, man. I watched Dune 2 in the theater last week, and I thought it was amazing. A bit long,
300?
but amazing. Could have easily finished off 2 large popcorns. 300K is the bet here from Weisman on the flop. Guerra has quite a bit of equity, but doesn't have a whole lot of hand.
10 seconds.
Also in that tricky spot where you're out of position against a good, experienced, aggressive player that is Weisman, that, even if you end up calling there and turning something that comes in form of the backdoor draw type of stuff, I mean, Dylan Weisman can just continue to put the pressure on. So Guerra says, you know what, I'll fold this one and live to fight another day. Weisman chipping up over 7 million now. CD said, bad news Bears.
Haven't seen it.
That's another one that falls into kind of like the Little Giants territory. Like, you wouldn't have seen it because you didn't grow up in the States.
Right.
So. Karate Kid, have you seen that?
I have seen Karate Kid, but
Karate Kid feels like one of those ones that they might even put subtitles on or something for you guys in the Netherlands when you were growing up or whatever. Like that big of a movie. Yes, Batista is the wrestler.
Yeah. The first ever movie I watched in the U.S. in a movie theater was The Hangover, 2009.
It seems like probably set a pretty high bar overall. I mean, The Hangover is a good movie.
Imagine being from the Netherlands, right? You're 21 years old. You come to Las Vegas for the very first time, and it's literally like The Hangover. And then you go watch And then you go, yeah, well, minus the tiger and the mattress on the roof. But you go to the movie theater. Shout out to Brendan Theater at the Palms, at the old Palms when it was still looking run down and stuff when they had their old poker room.
Hot.
Oh, Weisman gonna step in it a little bit here. This is gonna be a call. Yep.
Compare.
2-pair, no good. Weisman did have those 2 9s for blockers.
It's hard for you to have.
It is hard for him to have, but he had it.
Listen.
Thank you.
I have word that Daniel Negreanu is over 2 million
Oh my God! Don't,
chips.
Donnie, don't
2 million.
Don't tease me like this. 17.
Could you imagine?
Wow.
He must be. We're in like a soundproof room, so we can't. He must be
Cackling.
going nuts. When he won, when I was in there at the beginning of the tournament, he won a 3-way all-in. He had 4 outs. He got it all in with. He was open-ended with a flush draw, but his flush draw was no good. There was 3 ways. Somebody had the nut flush draw. Somebody had top set, and then a bunch of his straight draw outs were gone. He ended up having 4 outs, just drills it on the turn.
Oh my God!
But he was dancing, doing a jig, like the whole thing. I mean, full Negreanu out there, and now he's got more than 2 million.
I love it. For those interested in following along with that event, PGT.com has the live reporting. Lots of Negreanu hands in that coverage today. They're already down to 17, and late reg is still open. Guerra here comes with a pot-sized bet on the turn. Takes it down despite being the underdog. Looking at the equities here, but yeah, it's sort of a common theme here during heads-up play, Donnie. Aggression pays off time and time again.
Yeah, for sure. And Weisman, not too long ago, I mentioned that he was up over 7 million in chips. Now he's back below 6 million. Guerra just about 1.1 million behind him, so pretty close gap here overall. We are playing 50, 100,000 on the blinds.
Quick reminder as well to everyone who loves to play poker themselves and has a chance to travel in the next month. We have the Texas Poker Open coming to Champions Club Texas in Houston. Texas Poker Open is a tournament series that includes a $2 million guaranteed no-limit hold'em tournament with a $3,000 buy-in, and also plenty of satellites and side events as well as daily cash games. So check out the Texas Poker Open. You can find more information on PGT.com or give Champions Club a follow on Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. It's Champions Club TX on Twitter. They have all the information. Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks will be doing commentary. We're going to have daily live streams on our PokerGo YouTube channel. So quite a lot of great action to come from the great state of Texas. The series starts on Wednesday, April 24th. That's also when the main event starts. The main event will have plenty of starting flights, 1A through, I think, 1H. Some of those also being turbo flights. And then there's also a 10K PLO and a 10K no-limit high roller event. So go check that out if you want to play some cards in Texas. Russell pointing out in the chat, 40 uniques, 69 entries, so already 29 rebuys in today's progressive knockout. Guerra and Weisman have arrived on the turn again. Guerra here with queens and threes. River card is the king of clubs. Guerra gets the check mark.
Pot.
600.
And high.
Weisman bets the pot with 10 high, 600K, and it's not going to work. Guerra is going to make the call with queens and threes, and he is going to take the chip lead for the first time during this heads-up match. This is a very entertaining heads-up battle. This is now hand number 84 of this final table. Donnie, can you imagine that? Yes, or 2 days ago.
I can imagine a lot of things.
Yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago, I believe they played 180 hands, the final table. Like,
Yeah.
how did that even happen?
Well, because we played a level we weren't supposed to.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ace King 9. Oh wow, Ace King King 9. Promising stuff for Guerra. Not so promising if your opponent doesn't want to play. Here's a look at High Stakes Poker Season 12. Use promo code HSP12HALF to save $30 on the first year of an annual plan. That is our best deal of the year. You get to watch the all-new season of High Stakes Poker, episodes out right now and airing weekly. And then, of course, you also get to watch the World Series of Poker that's coming up in just about 2 months. So don't miss out. Get in the mix right now.
So Remko.
Yes.
Daniel just posted that.
Oh, my God. Color up.
2.3 million in chips. Look at the bounties he has.
That is absurd. Okay. If Daniel Negreanu does not make the final table,
you're going to be so mad.
I'm going to be so pissed. So pissed. He even said in his tweet, Sun Run and the rebuy period isn't even over. Also, Donnie, the fact that the rebuy period isn't over yet is good news for Guerra and Weisman. If they somehow find a way to conclude this event in a timely fashion, they could hop in for the minimum and try to run up a stack. Points, of course, up for grabs as well in that event for the overall PGT leaderboard as well as our PLO Series leaderboard.
Daniel said he's on one bullet and has locked up $31,000 in bounty. So he's already doubled his investment.
Wow.
15K buy-in in that one. He's locked up 31,000. Of course, with that stack, aspirations to do much, much, much more.
Donnie, let me throw a wild one at you. What if they made the World Series Poker main event a progressive bounty?
Compare.
Be bananas.
Oh my God. Guerra again with the better of it.
Just a progressive bounty alone
at the WSOP
would be
chaos.
Out of control.
Yes, total chaos. You would need like a bounty color up. Like it would be impossible to stack them all.
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be like out of control.
Rui, would you mind grabbing me a water? Or she got. I think, yeah. Yeah.
Order for me.
Rui, 2.
Yeah, please.
2.
I think they.
We need 2, Rui. 1 for, yeah.
Yeah, I think the WSB has a PLO one.
Wow.
But Hold'em? It's probably good that it's contained to PLO. I mean, it just. Or is it a PLO? It's a PLO mystery bounty this year. I can't remember.
Bounty seems to be the trending format, though.
Yeah, the mystery bounty format, of course, is I think everyone starts to have one now. I have to point out that the WSB was going to be the first with it, but then COVID happened.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Yeah.
And then so they shelved it for essentially a year or two, and other properties jumped on board. But they were originally going to be like the first one, which it would have been bananas to begin with. Now, of course, what is known as the Mystery Millions, right at the front of the WSOP schedule, is out of control. Like last year, you said the number the other day, 18,000 plus entries. It's going to get around the same, if not 20,000 this year. I mean, hello.
Absurd. I feel like every hand now goes to the turn. Guerra limped on the button. Weisman checked. Guerra bets 150 on the flop. Weisman called. Now Guerra going for 350 on the turn. Weisman 97% to win this if it goes to showdown, but that's not enough for him as he tosses his king-queen 3-3 into the muck. And Guerra is slowly but surely extending his chip lead here.
I can tip her for us. No, I'll tip her.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nice guy.
10, 20,
Just
5.
opt into
both
tip
of us.
for them.
Thank you so much.
Lines are going up. 75K, 150.
Tommy Unold in the chat was played the CPT, the Celebrity Poker Tour event the other day. Says, "Let's go PokerGO." Well, let's go, Tommy.
Exactly. When are you back in the studio?
Do you know how to play PLO?
Exactly.
Because there's an event tomorrow.
It's gonna be great tomorrow. 15K PLO. I almost have to announce like it's a regular tournament.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
Unfortunately, no. Tomorrow's starting.
Starting. Yes.
Starting tournament. The final table that we're going to be streaming tomorrow is going to be the 15K PLO.
If Negreanu doesn't make the final table of the bounty, you guys should all tweet at him for letting you down, because we are streaming that final table tomorrow. All right, 10-4-3 rainbow on this flop. Weisman bets 150, and Guerra comes with the raise. Guerra has staked his claim around the 10. Tons of cards on the turn would give him a wrap. Weisman has straight draw 2, and a queen hits on the turn. Not only does it give Guerra a pair of queens, it also gives him the aforementioned wrap. For those new to Pot Limit Omaha, a wrap is when there are more than just the open-ended cards to give you a straight. I guess that's the best way to explain it.
What?
1,350,000.
Pot gets it done.
Yeah, aggression pays.
Guerra is now starting to stretch out a bit of a lead.
Donnie, you should tweet this from the PokerGO main account. Look at this face.
I'm on it. I am on it.
Guerra here. A 2-1 chip lead. Slowly but surely. Chipping away at Dylan Weisman. Two of the most successful Omaha players from the PokerGO studio going head-to-head here for the top prize. Top prize being $229,000. Second place guaranteed $148,000. Guerra limping in with Ace Jack 10. We see Queen. Excuse me. We see 8-9-4 on the flop. Check, check. 7 of diamonds on the turn.
900.
900.
Guerra just continues to get there, and also comes with aggression at times when Weisman is not looking to invest anymore. Weisman here does have 9s and 4s, a straight draw as well, and diamonds. So there's no way for him to fold here. And this is going to be an absolutely enormous pot going to the river. Wow, this is a very, very important hand. River card is the 4 of spades. And look at how the tables turn. Dylan Weisman fills up, makes a full house. 2.2 million in the middle. Weisman has 2.2 million left. We've seen Guerra check to Weisman in opposite situations. The question now is, will Weisman check to Guerra? Or is he going to do the betting himself?
One way or another, I think this money's going in.
50,000.
There it is. Wiseman bets pot on the river. And the question now is, does Guerra think that his straight is beat?
2,200,000.
Just under pot is what the all-in bet is here. Now Guerra is going to need to figure it out.
This is the decision of the tournament so far. If Guerra calls, Weisman will be back in the chip lead. If Guerra folds, the match is going to be a whole lot closer. Wow, he makes the call. Wiseman doubles up and will take the chip lead from his Spanish opponent. What a cooler during heads-up play. And Donnie, Weisman has been all over the place. Started as chip leader, got down to be the shortest stack three-handed, had a fun battle with Jordan Spurlin, and now he is back on top and in the lead during heads-up play.
Big swings here. That 4 on the river, just an absolutely beautiful card for Dylan Weisman. Can't necessarily fault Guerra there. I mean, he's got the nut straight. Playing against an opponent capable of bluffs. Still pretty deep though. I mean, Guerra's still working on 25, 26 big, so you know it's not like he's totally crushed here. Obviously second place now, but could still mount a comeback. He's gonna start this one off limping the button.
Nine, Jack 6, 2 spades. No spades to go around in this hand. Equity says this is 50-50. Not a whole lot of paths that lead to a showdown here.
$450.
450,000.
Ace King Jack 3 for Weisman on the button.
450.
450.
Yep.
Back up over 7 million now for Weisman. I know he's got all the momentum right now. He's obviously got the chip lead. 2-1 over Guerra, but I still kind of feel like it's anyone's match. I mean, we already saw things swing Guerra's way, so it's not out of the question that it swings that way once again.
I mean, this is a monster for Guerra. If Weisman finds anything playable, we could be looking at some fireworks here, but not necessarily a great hand for Weisman. Four, 6, 3, 2 hearts.
Straight for Weisman.
Guerra with the backdoor nut diamonds.
400.
Also has that 5 to block. Of course, or similar to a lot longer ago when Weisman had remember he had those 2 9s. He's like, you're not supposed to have that hand.
Right.
He had it. Well,
Uh-oh.
diamond.
This is interesting. Guerra picks up the nut diamond draw.
How much is in the middle?
185.
Excellent by the dealer, keeping perfect track of the pot size. 185 in the middle. Guerra still has more than a pot size bet left behind. And Weisman just swinging for the fences, betting pot. Guerra going to do some math here.
Donnie.
All in.
Wow,
Call.
he moves all in. And Weisman calls.
Straight down flash.
Oy, 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 oy.
So I believe only flash.
Guerra was hoping for a few more outs here, but the only outs he has are 7 diamonds, as Weisman has 2 of them, and his straight draw is dead. Dylan Weisman all of a sudden 1 card away from winning this thing.
King of spades.
What a turn of events here. Lautaro Guerra was in control during this heads-up battle up until a few hands ago. And the river card is the 3 of clubs, and that will do it. Dylan Weisman victorious yet again inside the PokerGO studio.
Yeah.
What a roller coaster it has been for him and his girlfriend on stage celebrating with him.
Congrats.
That was
good playing
quite
with you.
the final table. And Dylan Weisman gets the pose for yet another victory. Final table photo. $148,000 heading in Guerra's direction. Weisman gets $229,000 and some chest rubs here.
Wow. But I just had it.
From his girlfriend.
Thank you, Matt.
Beautiful
As always.
win for Weisman. Donnie, he takes the lead not only in the PGT PLO Series, but he's also the new clubhouse leader on the overall PGT standings.
Yeah, first player over 1,000 points on the season. He leapfrogs up over David Coleman. Weisman now on 1,015 points. This was his 3rd win this PGT season.
All right, here it is. The upcoming events tomorrow. The 15K Pot Limit Omaha Progressive Bounty. Daniel Negreanu has a massive chip lead right now. Follow the live reporting on PGT.com. We'll have plenty of Negreanu updates all night long, and hopefully we'll see him at the final table. There you see him, top left corner, tweeting away on his phone as he sits behind a massive stack. My name is Remko Rinkema. Donnie Peters was alongside me today yet again. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next final table of the PGT PLO Series.